Hi, everybody. I think we're live with my hair a little bit messy, and I think it's working. I believe it's working. So let's see if we have some people coming into the live stream and if I'm chatting to myself as usual. So I wonder what's going to happen. Now, I still seem to have a bit of a mix up with streaming through YouTube or streaming through what's called OBS, which is kind of like a chat, a browser kind of um, chat thing. I'm going to hide my, oh, it's working. Yes. Hello, Lauren. How's it going? Also, hello, Viking. Oh, Brandon B. Oh, lots of people here. Oh, that's exciting that there's a few people here. I've kind of hidden myself and then I'm making my chat larger so that I can see myself. I can see the chat easier. So I don't have to look at myself and worry that I'm looking at myself. So, Viking, how's it going? Brandon, Lauren, we have a few people live and we got 2 likes already, which is even more neat. Yeah, I kind of scheduled the live stream, and then when I went to open YouTube and press it, it basically didn't bring up the camera, which is strange, as usual. As usual, nothing's unusual here. So, yeah, it's working now. So that's all good. Thanks for the comments and letting me know. So I'm pretty sure that the microphone should be working well as well. Hopefully the camera holds up now. That's the main thing. So how's everybody going? Can't stay. We'll watch later. Okay, Ingloid. No worries. Chat to you later, and you can watch the stream chat later. Where is Jen? Jen's in the other room. She was just watching some TV, and she was actually doing her passport application. So if we do plan to go back to Australia, she's going to renew her passport. So that's basically, they're valid for 10 years. So she's been trying to do that. She's actually been trying to do it for quite a few days, but due to the amazing technology that is the Russian government websites, the first applications that she did, so you can do your passport application entirely online, but they didn't like the photograph that we took, or she took. So basically you use your phone to upload a passport photo. And she decided, and we thought that we'd done it right, how they tell you, fit it into this square. And we sent it off and we thought, oh, it's all approved, you know what I mean? Like it's gone through the system, and then they rejected it. So she's had to go back and do it all again and re-enter information that was previously entered. So it's not as easy as we'd like to do some things. They've kind of got amazing technology on one hand, and then, you've got a lady sitting in an office with paperwork on the other hand, stamping things, and it just makes it frustrating sometimes. What time is it there? It's 12 noon, or 12:04 p.m. Actually, I'm just looking at my clock. It's 2 degrees outside and 2 degrees Celsius, and it is raining today. Basically, since early morning, it has rained cats and dogs, I guess you'd call it. Do you guys say that? Raining cats and dogs? Yes, come back to Australia and do some travel vlogs here. Oh, thank you, Lauren. I did try and do a couple of vlogs, not on this channel, on my cruise channel, and they didn't get a lot of views. Obviously, people that are watching the cruise channel want to see cruise videos, right? So they weren't sort of overly viewed. So I get disheartened, when I don't get a lot of views. But that's just how it goes. I can't win really sometimes. The thing is, I'm not the best at editing. I can film them. I can kind of point the camera at things and things like that. But, I don't have any of these. You can watch some YouTube channels and the quality of the content is sort of TV quality or even better. You know what I mean? The editing and the sound and things like that is just I'm going to say silly, you know what I mean? And then the like drone footage, you know what I mean, is just next level. I mean, of course, you could get someone to edit things for you. You could get someone to film things for you. You could get millions of views, and then I don't know, pay people to do things, but I'm still filming with my phone and editing and uploading, and it's worked out okay. I mean, not fantastic, you know what I mean, in terms of doing it yourself, and, you know, it's come out okay, I think. So 5 a.m., Brandon says. So it must be early. What are we on? So 5 hours earlier. 5 hours earlier. So that must be not UK. Must be Florida or somewhere on the US East Coast. Lovely, how are we going? I've got that kind of awkward wave. I'm sorry. It's like the Queen. You know how the Queen waves? Like this? Can you make a montage video with all your cruise videos? Or I don't keep any of my old footage. You know how people kind of, you know, do flashbacks in their videos to old footage? Yeah, I've only done videos for the last couple of years. And most of them are just videos like what I'd call like searchable videos. So they're not really vlogs as such, where it's about me and my traveling. It's like specific videos where you'd search, put a search term into Google or YouTube, and the video would come up. So, for instance, I did a lot of videos on Carnival Horizon, the cruise ship. So if you did Carnival Horizon tour, or Carnival Horizon elevators, or Carnival Horizon laundry, you'd get videos. Or I did tours in the Caribbean islands, like how to get to the beach videos. So if you put, for instance, Paradise Beach Cozumel, Cozumel's a place in Mexico, that video would come up. So I did a video about how to get to this. Paradise Beach is basically like a all-inclusive kind of day pass beach resort. It's not a hotel. It's basically just a day pass beach club where you'd go to, and you can pay about $50, all you can eat and drink for the whole day. And it's, you know, very cool place to go to and spend your day off the cruise ship. And it's massively popular, and people kind of search out how to get there, what's the price to go in, and the entry. So that was a very popular video. I've actually filmed it twice. I did it once when I went on my own, and then I went once with my roommate. He and I went together, and we did the same video again with him in it. So, and he was really happy because when we went the second time, they gave us entry tickets for free. And I never really expect anything for free from making my videos. You know, there's definitely vloggers and bloggers and who basically get given things, get given items to sort of promote and show on their channel. They get hotel stays, travel for free, you know, obviously in payback for promoting things or showing things or, you know, recommending things. And when we went back the second time, you know, we were kind of happy to pay to go in. And then the guy, when I went the first time around, he said, "Oh, if you do come back, let me know." And when we turned up, I said, "Oh, you know, can I ask?" I don't remember the guy's name now. Mexican guy, you know, Jose, let's say. And he came out the front, and I said, "Oh, you know, you could check out the video." And he said, "Oh, I know about it already." He said, "You guys can come in and have lunch, have some beers, and do what you like." So we did. So yeah, it was pretty neat. Real Moscow Project. Hi, Russell will watch with one eye while working. Oh, yeah, one eye open, one eye closed. It's always that way, right? It's like me when I'm trying to get things done on the computer here. I've always got like a video open and I'm listening, but I really want to watch the video. But then I'm using the other screen to do something else. It's kind of tough. What happened? Stream was removed by user. Yeah, Jace. So basically when I went to click go live, it didn't want to go live. It went live, if this makes sense over this. It went live, but then the camera didn't come up. So it would have been just a black screen. And I'm still not sure why. I think what it was, I was trying to figure out if I can do live stream gaming. I don't do gaming. I don't play games really. But I've got this airport construction game called Airport CEO. and I've got a studio recorder, so you can basically play the game and record it with the microphone and you playing it. And I was thinking of doing that for YouTube, and it's sort of not worked out, obviously. And I think this program that I downloaded basically links into YouTube, and then when you go live on YouTube, it cuts the camera out. I don't know. I think that's what's happening. Everything never does what you want it to do right at this exact second. So that was the whole point of doing the, what do you call it, schedule. I know it was only an hour or two beforehand, but do live videos pay more? There's no ads for ad revenue. Brandon, so basically you can turn on ads for the live streams, but they don't play in the video. It's essentially if there's a playback, so if somebody watches the live stream later, a few hours after the live stream, and I guess YouTube kind of edits, or not edits, it processes the video, ads get put into the live stream. Typically though, with my live streams, what I do, I delete all the ads that they've automatically placed and just put 3 or 4 ads maximum, depending on how long the live stream goes for. Definitely live streams don't have the same ad revenue as a recorded video. The big factor with the ads that are placed on videos is the content that you're producing and then how advertisable it is, if that makes sense. So if you, let's say for instance, like with the cruise videos that I've made 2 years ago or 3 years ago, I filmed, about how to get to the beach videos. So by going to a resort or a hotel or walking off a cruise ship, and the suitability of ads for those is more valuable. So the companies that want to advertise on cruise related vlogs would pay more. So they'd pay more to Google. Google will pay more to me. Obviously the commission gets taken away horribly, and the end creator doesn't get a whole lot out of it. It's very little. Versus a live stream, there's obviously no visual content. Oh, someone's asking about you. Do you want to wave for a second? No. Or one person is asking, where is Jen? So just poke your head. Just poke your head in and wave, and like this? You can poke your head. Come. So you're just a little bit more. Where? I don't know. You have to look at this one. There you go. Oh, it's a little bit delayed. So, okay. So I'm just watching. So I'm watching on the tiny camera that I'm reading the comments from. It's funny because it's like, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 seconds delayed. So Jen's just coming. She has a client. What time did you say you're going? At 2 o'clock? Yeah. 2 o'clock. So she has to go down to the salon at 2 o'clock. So she's just coming to make some tea, I think. Or some yogurt. So yeah, the live stream videos don't basically essentially pay virtually any ad revenue from doing live streams versus recording a video and uploading a video. And then it's really based on not so much the quality of the video, but the suitability of placing ads on a video. Your video has to be over, I believe it's 9 minutes long as well, to place what's called mid-roll ads. Otherwise, Google can place ads as they like. Even unmonetized channels, they can place ads on there. They've now allowed that since quite a while ago now. So we wanted to do a cruise from Sydney to Vanuatu, but couldn't quite afford it. Yeah, the cruises have come a lot cheaper in the last quite a few years. I mean, okay, so quite a lot of years ago, when I first started working on cruise ships, all I really knew about cruising was people going on a world cruise, winning the lotto, going on the QE2 or the Queen Mary is the newer QE2, the Cunard ships. I mean, cruising's become a little bit more mainstream, probably not quite in Australia yet, like in America, where, You can go on a 3 or 4 day cruise. You can drive, park your car in a multi-story car park next to the terminal. And it's just simple to go on a cruise in America, right? And it's not really inconvenient to travel 5 or 10 hours to drive your car and park your car at the parking lot next to the cruise ship, get on a cruise, drive home. If you live in the state where the ship's leaving from, even more of a bonus, right? If you can, like, for instance, if you live in Texas, you could cruise out of Galveston, which would be maybe 1 or 2 hours at the most drive, out of Florida, Miami, Port Canaveral, Fort Lauderdale would be not inconvenient. So Jason Murphy says, Laura, if you can help me with my account case, I will pay for your travel. Oh, I guess you guys are trying to work it out. We'll watch with one eye open. Am I missing whatever's going on there? Jen, your English is fine. Join us more often. Yes. I want her to sit here, and she said she's not looking amazing because I did tell her I was going to do this, but she didn't over prepare to come and sit next to me here. So maybe for the next one or so, we'll try and sit together in the kitchen. And she closed the door again. And I said, the Wi-Fi is in the hallway. And I keep telling her that the Wi-Fi isn't as strong if we close the kitchen door to the hallway. So she's closed the door on us. And I keep saying to leave it open. Yeah, her English is perfectly fine. I think it is. I mean, she kind of just is hesitant sometimes with the sentences, worrying that she's got a word mixed around in a sentence, which can happen, right? I mean, that's just how it goes. Yeah, real Moscow projects. I think you've told me that are you in Novosibirsk? I think you mentioned that already, I think. I know you've commented on lots of the videos recently. I tend to sort of every other day kind of reply to as many comments as possible. It's nearly impossible to reply to all video comments now because it's maybe anywhere from 100 to 300 comments on a video. So, I'm still trying to be positive about it and reply to as many as I can, but it's kind of how it goes. So, yeah, it's good we have a few people here and we've got 7 likes. I hope having to cancel and change the live stream from one to the other hasn't messed it up. I don't think so. I think people maybe search it out if they have to, I guess. So you guys... So yeah, I wonder if you watched the last couple of videos. Today, by the way, the whole point of the title, because today outside it's just raining all day, and they've actually suggested we may get all of April's rain in the next 24 to 48 hours, which I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure what the rainfall averages are here, but it's definitely just raining. And my friend asked me to come and meet him for coffee this morning. So I woke up like 9 a.m. and he's like, oh, you can come and meet me at 11:30 in Moscow at a coffee shop. And I'm like, it's too soon and I can't make it there that quickly. So we decided to reschedule till Friday now. So we're going to meet for lunch on Friday. Oh, well, probably we said for coffee, but more than likely lunch. So yeah, he was just in Thailand. He just came back from a holiday in Thailand. He went over there to do like a fitness kind of holiday, doing MMA. You can go to basically like an MMA kind of holiday camps, if you like, where you actually go there and you train every day. You've got coaches and then fitness instructors. Then they have you on the right diet and all sorts of things. And that's what he's been doing for, I think he was over there for about a month, I think. I'm not sure exactly. So Brandon says, Jen, your English is fine. Join us more. He said you should be joining us more often. Try not to close this door too much. Yeah. I told you not to close the door and you just closed the door. Okay. You want to wave one more time?
No, Russell, but I'm looking like I'm from where?
Good job. No worries. So, Heather, how's it going? Good to see you. You got your cog right there, your spanner. I'm not sure if Gary will join us. I didn't message him at all today, so... since you're from Western Australia, have you ever heard or been to Rockingham? That's where I grew up. Also, I used to go for the Dockers as a kid. Jamie said he grew up if we know about Rockingham. You want to say that you... Jamie Pine Fan says, since you're from WA, have you ever heard or been to Rockingham?
No.
Where did we live in Perth?
In Rockingham.
And he's asking, did we know Rockingham?
We know, yeah. We live in Rockingham.
So yeah, we actually lived in Rockingham for a year and a half before we flew back here to Moscow. That's why I'm kind of smiling, because it's kind of just kind of funny in a way. Oh, hello. Oh, there's a couple of people from Western Australia. Yeah, so yeah, we lived right by the foreshore. Where is Anzac Park? Which is kind of all the time I ever lived there, across from this park, I never knew what the correct name was to ever call that park. Because there's by the shopping center at Rockingham Shops, there's Anniversary Park, and then where we lived by the foreshore was called Anzac Park. And then we just walk essentially 2 or 3 streets, and we'd be at the Rockingham foreshore. So yeah, we know it very well. Even Jen knows it very well. So, Real Moscow says, writing a comment to videos really helps to promote them better. The more comments, the more often videos come to recommended. Yes, Real Moscow Project's correct. Yeah, it kind of really helps the algorithm. Thumbs ups, comments. Yeah, you can even share videos. It's not necessarily shared very often. One of the videos that I did at the shopping center, one of the shopping center videos, was shared into a Polish kind of like a Polish Facebook. I don't know what it really was, but it was kind of like a forum, a chat forum. Someone shared my video into one of those in Poland. And when you look at the analytics, it tells you the source where people have come to view your video from. And it's like thousands of views from Poland from this. And I opened the link to the page where it was. And it was kind of a forum, I guess. You know what a forum is, right? So when I'd made the bus video, video, it was one of the earlier videos on the channel. It had like 30,000 views when I only had like 100 subscribers. So MSN News made a kind of news post talking about electric buses in Russia and how they're investing, millions of dollars in new buses and electric buses and, putting charging stations around the city for the buses to plug into. And they linked my video in their press article. So it got thousands of views when I only had like 100 or so subscribers, and it was kind of amazing, to see the viralness that videos can have without your influence in it. I didn't share it or click it or link it somewhere, and it went kind of crazy. So Thailand's nice. I've been there. Yeah, that's actually where I met Jen originally, all those years ago. Yeah, I've been to Thailand twice on holiday. Once when I met Jen, and once another time that I went alone. But mostly go to Bali a lot because Bali's just a bit closer. Yeah, hey Russell, I'm from Tassie. Just wondering, how did you end up in Moscow? Yeah, so basically I met my wife in Thailand years and years and years ago. And when we first met, she sort of said, come to Moscow, you're welcome to come and stay at my house and everything like that. And we kind of hit it off and everything was good. And here we are 9 years later. And we're here now. We've basically moved back here, basically what we call for the short term. We've said that since we left Perth, for the short term. Jen had to do some medical things here. She's had to have a surgery. She's having some dentist work done. So she's sort of going through all of that at the moment still, and some medication that she's got to go through. So, and I decided to obviously join her. She came over quite a few weeks before I did, because we still had our apartment back in Rockingham that I had to sort out everything and furniture and moving out and all of that. So here we are. So what's why? So that's why I try to write more comments. Yeah, thank you, Moscow. I appreciate. Yeah, anybody that writes comments is amazing. And actually, for me, I do try my best to reply to every comment, or every first comment, where people reply to each other inside a comment. It's a bit hard to kind of follow it from there. YouTube doesn't give you a notification when someone writes a follow-up comment, unless you turn it on to send you an email as a notification. And obviously, with hundreds of comments, it's hundreds of emails. So basically, you see the first comment after someone writes it, and then you reply, and then it disappears, sort of thing. It's still there, but it disappears. And then if you follow up to it, I have to kind of go back and look at them. So what I'll do, I'll basically search by all comments and then take away the ones I've looked at already to see them again. That makes sense. I always wonder that I'm making sense when I say things. So yeah, Kettlecat, hello from WA. Yeah, that's kind of neat. There's a few people from WA here, and then Tasmania. So, and where you guys say you're from? Mount Gambier. There we go. It's really weird when you're from WA and you can't remember other places in Australia, and you're from there, right? And you don't remember them. So, I've been to WA many times. My brother lives in Bunbury. Oh, nice. Yeah. Jen's favorite place, one of her favorite places in WA, is the farmers market down in Bunbury. We've been there quite a few times. Living in Rockingham, it's, you'd kind of say it's 45 minutes an hour less driving from, say, Perth to Bunbury. So we'd actually, even on the weekends, just drive down there, go to the farmers market, have lunch or whatever, tea, and then drive home. And, she really associates that farmers market a lot with the kind of farmers markets here in Moscow. Obviously, the ones here are a little bit more flea market style, a little bit more outdoor style, whereas the farmers market in Bunbury is kind of an enclosed business, kind of like a fancy spud shed, if you're from WA. So, Kettle says, oh, Kings Park. Yes, actually, that's another place Jen loves, is Kings Park. You could probably rattle all these places off, and she knows them very well. Actually, her screensaver on her phone is Kings Park, believe it or not. So ACC case. I'm not sure what you're doing with ACC case. Crime Commission. I don't know. I was not prepared for the heat in Moscow and St. Petersburg when I was there. Being from Australia, I was surprised about how hot it was. Yeah, in summertime it gets very hot here. It's not so much that it's extremes, but you have the real true 4 seasons here. So you get true winter, autumn, spring, and then true summer. Whereas in Australia, you pretty much have, kind of more of a winter and a summer. There's not really that spring and autumn time. Australian trees don't typically lose their leaves. Because especially native Australian trees don't. So you don't have that kind of change in weather, where you kind of experience that 3 or 4 weather patterns over the course of a year. So yeah, if you come in summertime and you're getting 30 plus 35 degree days, people are, shirts off everywhere. It's like English people in summertime here, so yeah, it's 2.6 degrees. Oh, I won't be able to see if that's showing up or not because that camera's much smaller now. Oh, that's better. 2.6 Celsius outside. Yeah, it was about 5 degrees earlier, so it's actually cooled down a little bit. I guess all the rain's making it even colder. I'm just looking out the window here, and they had one truck driving by filling potholes. So very typically after winter here, there's potholes everywhere on the roads, especially in the suburban areas like this, where we're kind of, away from Moscow center. What am I doing? I'm trying to scroll that down. Sorry. And so the potholes have got big pools of water or puddles of water in them. And the trucks pulled up. I've been watching them do this every few days coming by. And they literally shovel out the hot mix from the back of this truck and then just throw it into the puddle where the hole is, where they're trying to fill it up. And then they go over it with the, the vibrating machine that basically compresses the ground. But it's just so silly. They don't wait for the water to kind of drain away or to try to get rid of the water from the potholes to fill them. And they just sort of, it's just silly. It's just very typical of Moscow, where they do things like either wholeheartedly and go nuts with it, or they just do the worst job in the whole world. And they've got, guys that are working in these sort of teams or gangs that are just don't have any practical skill or knowledge of what they're doing. So yeah, I've been to China, Thailand, Japan, Bali, Vanuatu, Numia. Wow, Jamie, you've been everywhere. China I haven't been to. Japan, I've only been to the airport. I flew home from Seattle once. So Seattle, wasn't it Tokyo? I think it was, to Perth. That was quite a few years ago. Vanuatu I've been to on the cruise ships. Numia, yeah, we did the cruise out of Sydney. I went on a holiday for 10 days. I did a cruise for vacation. And a friend working on the ship out of Sydney basically booked me the cruise, and I went on board, and it was cost essentially nothing. It was free. So, wow, so romantic story. Yeah, real Moscow. Yeah, it is kind of a bit of a, it's kind of like the extreme story when you tell people, I'm an Australian guy who met a Russian girl in Thailand. I work on cruise ships in America. We live in Australia. It's like such a extended story. It's a good love story, I guess. Whenever you tell everybody this sort of thing. Gary, how are we going? Good to see you. I hope you kind of saw the schedule for the video. It was a little bit earlier than we did the video, so that's kind of good. So, and we have 12 likes. Thank you, everybody. Likes and comments are good. So, not every summer. The last one was really hot. No sleep at night because of heat for a couple of weeks. Yeah, it's very interesting here. Like, this apartment we're in has a air conditioner in the lounge room. I call it the lounge room. It's like a lounge room, bedroom, everything kind of room. And I don't think we've actually used it. When we got here in August, I guess it wasn't that hot to use the air conditioning. But I know one thing I notice here, with being in an apartment block, especially up on the 10th level, it's either super windy or there's no wind, right? Because the building obviously blocks the wind. So you can open the window here and feel not a breath of air coming through. Or sometimes you can open it just to clear out, the air in the apartment because you've got the windows closed, and it just basically is blowing a gale through the windows. Yeah, I'm okay with hot weather. My Jen didn't really handle it the best in Australia. Especially when you got 40-degree day, 40-degree day, 40-degree day, kind of back to back. It can be hard to kind of just be able to sleep and wake up and, live normal days. Yeah, I had 40 plus days for around 3 weeks. Yeah, these hot 40-degree days can be brutal. I was lucky in Australia. I was working at the supermarkets doing merchandising. So it was like in the air conditioning all day. And then I typically go to work 6:15, 6:30 in the morning. So I'd have a good sort of clean start at the empty supermarket before it opens at 8 o'clock. So everyone must have great thermal underwear. Yeah, I guess here everybody does. I know when I go out, I kind of, when it sort of really is cold, gloves, scarf, beanie, like a fleece t-shirt, then my jacket. Yeah, you do dress appropriate for the weather, especially winter time here. You're not going out in, a thin jacket. And I would never, before living in Moscow and here in Russia, I'd never used a scarf in my life. I'd wear a scarf to go to the football, just to support your team, but I'd never think about putting a scarf on in cooler weather in Australia, when it's summer in Australia when the flies come out. Yeah, we had our first fly come in the kitchen. About 3 days ago, we leave our window open, the kitchen window open quite a lot here. You can put it on an angle so it comes down versus swinging open. And my wife's like, you can now know that it's the end of winter because all the flies have woken up from their winter hibernation. So we had our first fly come in the window. Oh wow, Brandon, Sydney, Noumea, yeah, all these islands, right? These are all the ones where all the cruise ships go. Port Vila, Lifu, Isle of Pines. Yeah, I only did one 10-day cruise, so I don't think we did all these stops in 10 days, but the ship I went on was doing like 8-day and 10-day cruises, so they'd alternate the ports. I didn't actually go, literally when we went there, I'll be there in May 2023, we got off and we went to resorts. So we went, I know on one of the days I didn't go out with other people, but I just went to like a Hilton, I think it was a Sheraton on one of the islands. I don't even know which island it was. And I just sat by the pool for the day and had lunch and pretended, what you do, you go to these resorts and hotels and just pretend like you're a hotel guest and they don't recognize you, right? Because, people come and go and fly in and fly out. So, and a lot of the staff on the ship, like the shop staff, the spa staff, dancers, entertainers, casino, they go to these resorts and basically just go out and have lunch, have some beers, sit by the pool. Maybe if it's a beach kind of place, swim in the ocean. And then that's all we really did, especially when I cruised, I was with a lot of friends that I knew working on the ship. So we didn't really do any kind of excursions where we, did paid excursions like they offer on the ships. A lot of crew tend to just get off and do things on the cheap. On one of the stops, we went to McDonald's of all places. My friend, she's was one of the crew admin. She helps the crew when they sign on and sign off, does all their passport and documents and paperwork. And that was what she wanted to do for one of her port stops, is go to McDonald's for lunch. So, yeah, we just do beach days or resort days. So there was awful heat one year and fires near Moscow, burning peatlands, and we lived like in Silent Hill. I'm not sure where Silent Hill is. I know what's the word on the red line where it goes from Moscow University to Luzniki. Vorovyevo Gore. So I'm not sure if Silent Hill's maybe that's not Silent Hill, but yeah, I can imagine here. There's a lot of forest areas, and someone would stupidly flick a cigarette ash, out, and you can start fires very easily here, especially if it's dry, for kind of weeks on end. I can see bushfires would happen here. Maybe not the extent that they do in Australia, but in Russia for sure. Wish he would modify his mods when he goes live. Sorry, Gary. It's 1 Celsius this morning and supposed to be 18 today. Yeah, it won't. I don't think here it's going to get more than, it's 2 Celsius now. I'm pretty sure based on the weather outside, it's not going to get any warmer. Yeah, Gary, this morning I was waiting for a message from my friend, from Alex. I was just saying here, he was the one that came back from Thailand. And he messaged me yesterday when we were out. And he said, oh, we should meet for coffee today. So I said, yeah, no worries. Just send me a message in the morning. So I woke up this morning, no messages from him. This was at 9:30. And I thought, what's the plan of where I'm going to meet you? I can just meet you somewhere where you're working in Moscow. And he's like, oh, just come in at 11:30 in 2 hours and we'll meet for coffee. And I'm like, I don't have a chance to get there. So the plan was actually go with him today, or go meet him today for, would have been coffee and lunch and probably a bit longer than we normally do when we meet up. So that's why I thought I'd stay home and do the live stream instead. And, hopefully some people join us here. So, yeah, I did, and that's why I didn't sort of notify you, Gary, so I'm sorry. And I guess, Heather, I guess you're kind of coming into the streams here and there. So I'm sorry. Sorry. It's really, I'm going to blame Alex for this because he was the one I was thinking would send me a message earlier this morning. I imagine he went to work 7 a.m. and he didn't message me even before 9 a.m. to tell me what to do. So I could have probably made it, but I really literally had to just rolled out of bed, gone straight down to get the bus and the train into the city. So did you catch up with Dimmer? Lauren, I messaged him a couple of times, and he sort of said he was busy with things. So I've not messaged him in the last day or two. So I did message him a couple of times, but he didn't get back to me. And there's actually another guy who I met from catching the bus here quite often. People start recognizing me now. And he said he wants to maybe catch up and chat and talk about life in Moscow. And he speaks good English as well. But he wanted to meet yesterday, and Jen and I went out for kind of lunch yesterday, or afternoon lunch. She had 2 clients during the morning time, and then we went out after that to just the local town where we live. We have essentially one restaurant technically in our entire town, and then some very, very poor, very disorganized cafes. So we went to the only restaurant in town and had late lunch, which is really nice. I wonder if I've got the photo. I think I've got the photo here. If you guys can see this photo or not, let's see. Let's do that. Let's see if that shows up. That's Jen sitting there having her chicken and vegetables. It's like grilled vegetables and chicken. I didn't take a photo of me. Took one of my soup though. I know the soup looked a lot. Oh, what's going on? The soup looked a lot better than the photo. So I had like a Thai soup with the rice and very nice garlic bread as well. So Real Moscow says mites are also woken up, so you should be careful. Oh, mites, okay. I don't know if there's any coming in the house. I hope not. I haven't seen anything. I know when I first arrived back in August, I remember flies coming in a lot in the house, in the kitchen, and it's amazing because it's like when you put the window down like this, like on that angle. These are the double glazed plastic windows. It's like such a narrow gap, and that we're on the 10th level, and how they managed to find that hole in the window to fly in, it's like just funny. So I'm not sure about the mites. I'll have to look around now if they're maybe in the house or in the garden. I don't know. In Thailand, always warm, so always flies. Oh, Gerard, you're in Thailand? I just watched this morning. I watch a daily morning vlog. So he's an English guy that's building a house in Thailand. I'm pretty sure he has a Thai wife. I assume he does. She's never on any videos, but he does a 30-minute video per day documenting the construction of him building his sort of dream home in regional Thailand somewhere. And he kind of shows the daily progress of it getting built. Like it's big 2-story house, swimming pool, garage, everything. And it's basically him talking, obviously, in English. He lived in Hong Kong most of his life, and then they've moved now to live in Thailand. And it's pretty neat. I watched that. So pretty much, he just shows his house the whole time. He sometimes goes to the garden center or the home remodeling shop, whatever they call this place. Where you buy all the things for your house. Silent Hill is a horror game and movie. Oh, I'm not sure. I didn't know that. Sorry. We lived like in Silent Hill. Oh, I thought it was a place. Thank you, Lauren. I'm not cultured to know. I don't like horror movies at all. By the way, like really don't. I'm in a Facebook group called Perth YouTubers Facebook group, and one of the people in that group posted a photo of them getting their plaque for 100,000 subscribers. And her channel is reviewing horror movies and, creating like the top 5 horror movies, the top 10, every new horror movie release she does a review on, 5 horror movies you should watch on Christmas Day or whatever like this. and she got 100,000 subscribers. So obviously there's a niche that people want to watch that, or especially want to watch reviews on the movies and her opinions about it. So sitting in my car waiting for my ex to go shopping. She's gone shopping and you're sitting in the car. Nice. Good way to pass the time, I guess. Thank you. And Heather, all good. Bye. I have to go. Was supposed to be at a friend's 15 minutes ago, but wanted to say hi. Oh, thank you, Lauren. Very nice of you to stop by, post some comments. Yeah, have a good day, I guess. Yeah, 5:45 in Perth, 7 or 8 p.m. on the east coast of Australia on a Monday. Yeah, just a rainy Monday here in Moscow. So I kind of had this plan to go out, and then I'm kind of, in a small way, thankful I didn't go out because I just got rained on. And where he wants to meet as well is not close to a metro station. It's a kind of about a 20, 30-minute walk where we'd planned to meet. I know the place very well, but so I thought maybe no filming today, no making a video. I should have done one today or yesterday to try and do a video every 2 or 3 days. I mean, it's probably a bit too much really for the channel, but yeah. Do you have a time frame in mind? Oh, never been curious about horror. Yeah, Pamela, I don't like horror movies at all. Like really don't. Even sort of fantasy movies I'm not into. I like kind of crime. I like action. I like bank robber kind of movies, or these financial banking kind of movies and things like that. Yeah, it's horror movies I just don't get. I think that's my problem. I don't get them. Do you have a time frame in mind to return to Australia? Yeah, I'm still in this last sort of few steps of getting this Russian residency visa here. Literally, we heard last week that it's been approved and the processing is at its last stages. We're just waiting now. We're going on Wednesday to the municipal office, I guess, here in Moscow, where my wife's, we have a studio at another house that we rent out, a studio we call it. And it's in another part of Moscow region. So we have to go there to get a document stamped, which will go with my visa. And then we'll basically get a phone call from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, I think it is. I'm not too sure what the exact part of it is. Like the immigration department in Moscow, to bring my passport there to get the visa put on a page in the passport. So yeah, Jen, realistically, it would be probably at least another 6 months, I'd say, as a minimum. Jen has, I think it's 4 years or 5 years that she has to come back into Australia from when her residency was approved. So that her initial visa was approved, well, more than 2 years ago now, over 2 years ago. And then you do a second follow-up to it 2 years later. So you go from a provisional visa to a full partner visa. And then you've got, I believe it's 5 years to enter the country from the second approval. So we've got plenty of time to kind of cover that. I'm not sure. It'll probably be longer than 6 months. I'm kind of still weighing up whether to go back to a cruise from here. So I could fly back to America and go and do another 6 months on the cruise ships. What I'm trying to do is figure out if there's any cruise ships in Europe and maybe be able just to fly to Europe to go on and work on a ship there, or go to one of the shipyards where they're building new ships and then do the merchandising and the shop setups for the new ships in Europe. That would be something I could sort of work on. I just need to figure out which new ships are in construction now to know the time frames for those, because if I could fly to, say, Italy or Finland and just go for maybe 3 or 4 weeks at a time, that would be even more amazing than flying back to America for 6 months and then back again. So, Bogdan, how are we going? Stands to you, Bogdan, sorry. I know it's the other way around. Ce faci? Tu ce faci? Foarte bine. I think that's enough Romanian, if that's as good as I can say it. Yeah, so that's kind of the... We do have a timeline, but we don't have a timeline. We do have one, we don't have one. I was just advised a few days ago that my apartment in Australia, the tenant has given notice to move out. He'd actually signed a 12-month agreement when he first applied, but because he's in the Navy, there's a special rule that he can break the contract, and then there's no, he doesn't have to pay out the rent or the break lease fees and things like that because he's in the Navy. So it's a bit of a shame. We've got to find another new tenant, but apparently there's a big shortage of rentals in WA, so it shouldn't be a problem finding somebody to move in and hand over and things like that. So that's all good. Yeah, so yeah, I wonder if you guys I'm pretty sure maybe you did or didn't watch the last couple of videos. So a few days ago, I went to the, I'm going to call it a farmer's market because they do call it a farmer's market here. But essentially, it's just an outdoor market. That was kind of on the other side of Moscow from where I live. Funny enough, closer to Christmas time, well, I guess January, another Australian guy was in Moscow working here on like a 2-month or so working holiday. And we met up quite a few times to just go around Moscow, go see places he hadn't been to. We went to the ice hockey. And I said to him, I'll bring you to this market where I went to, and we'll go for a walk around. It'll be very nice because it was like snowing, winter time, Christmas trees will be up, lights will be up. And then the day we went there, it was closed. It was one of the few non-working days that market closed over the whole course of a year. Yeah, it's huge. Yeah, it was huge. It was actually, I'd been there myself before with my other friend Dimmer. I've got quite a few Dimmer friends. And we didn't probably walk around all of it, so I didn't notice how big it was when I went this time again. And it's a bit of a shame on that winter's day when I went, it wasn't open because it would have been really nice to see it in winter and just see the little bit different things that they're selling in winter versus, well, I guess springtime. And especially with it being all white and they sell the trees and it's very Christmassy. Yeah, we kind of got all the way out there and it's like, it's not immediately when you get off the metro, you've got to go down a few sort of side streets. And anybody that doesn't know the area would never find it, literally. Even using Google Maps, it's not, it's not obvious that you go down that street, turn right, turn left, and it's there, And actually, after the guy told me to leave, the security guy, I had to kind of walk back in on the other far exit or entrance to film the ending of it because I always do the ending truly at the end of the video, and then I edit them together. So I had to walk all the way around, and I was worried the guy was following me outside, that I definitely was leaving. So I got back to the original entrance, and there was a guy there who's like a illegal taxi who waits for poor people who can't carry all their bags home, and he gives them a lift and charges them. And he's like, "Oh, you're coming back inside again," I'm like, no, I'm just filming the ending. And then I sort of filmed it, and then I went to go back home. But they've got some trolley buses or trams. They're really very beautiful trams now. They're not the old trolleys anymore. And I took a tram ride around the area where that market was. And it was kind of like a circle route tram. And it was really neat to go on and take that. I mean, it's not exciting, I think, for someone who's in Moscow, but for me, it was pretty cool to go on I think that was the first tram I've ever been on in Moscow in all the years. A lot of them go on very simple routes, and they're not going very fast, and they have to stop for traffic lights and things like that. So it's not super convenient to go on trams for a lot of people, especially for short distances. So, You kind of sit on them longer than you could actually probably walk somewhere and cross a road and things like that. So that's why I was thinking about filming it. And I was thinking, oh, maybe I should film this and add it to the end of the video, but then it would sort of just mess up the title and the description of the video. So must be nice to experience different parts of the world. I hear the new cruise ships is and will be in Amsterdam. Yes. Yeah, Virgin Voyages. Yeah, I've got a friend who's working in the shops on, I don't know, the Scarlet Ladies. I think there's now the third one coming out now, right? There's 2 or 3 Virgin ships. So yeah, she's actually from Scotland, and she's working in the liquor store on one of the Virgin ships. I'm not sure which one, but she loves it. It's very differently set up. The fact that it's no kids, it's very much an adult-themed ship, and it's very Virgin Voyages and very, I guess you could say, whimsical towards Virgin, and I think they call their passengers sailors, and they've got very, the very casual uniforms that they wear. It's obviously very themed and very casual, and but she loves it on there. Versus working on carnival ships, I guess, and what that product is over the years. But yeah, I think one of them was over in, was it Southampton or somewhere? I think one of them's over that way now. I guess if it's going to be coming to Amsterdam as well, that's pretty cool. Yeah, the market was huge. Yeah, I know I say that huge word a lot, but I don't know if when I ever go back to Perth and film videos, oh, this is huge. Oh, this is huge. There's nothing really huge in Perth to say that. So I was so impressed with the variety, the bounty of the market. Enjoyed it very much. Oh, thank you, Pamela. Yeah, it's very neat. Yeah, where we live here, we've got a smaller version of that. Actually, when we walked yesterday for lunch, we popped into one little stall that we don't have like the full outdoor market here, especially now with the weather. But there's a couple of kind of like temporary ones that are starting to pop up on corners here and there. And the guy, we don't know what the guy was basically. He goes, he's just Russian drunk guy. He was just talking to me in Russian, and I told him I don't understand. And Jen sort of literally walked in, looked at the fruit and veg, and then she said, "Oh, come on, let's go." I'm like, "You don't want to buy anything?" He said, "No, this drunk guy, he's very drunk." So we ended up having lunch, afternoon lunch, and then we went to the other market that we go to and bought fruit from them. So we bought oranges. Jen got avocado. We bought some tomatoes, cucumbers. Just like bag of everyday things. The oranges were very nice. I had one last night. And they were like easy peel oranges. The easy peel ones? Like sometimes it's really hard to peel an orange, right, with your fingers. And the ones we got from that market yesterday were like super nice and juicy and easy peel. And that's why we always like to go to this particular one, because it's always good produce all the time. It would be rare you get something that's not nice from them, so... Russell the Rebel getting kicked out of the market. Yeah, it was very lucky. It was right at the end as well. So I'd kind of done all the things I'd want to see and do. I mean, if I'd have kept filming, I'd have kind of repeated a lot of the same looking stalls. There was just a fish shop, like selling live fish and fish fillets and basically fish and seafood, mostly fish. And I'd kind of walked in there and had a look around, and it was actually quite crowded. And there was a lady like fishing fish out of a tank, with the net and everything. And then when I came outside to set up the camera just to sort of film, I'm going to go inside this shop and I'm going to point out what's in there. Then the guy comes up to me and he's like, "Oh, you can't film." And I'm like, "Oh, just show me on the door where the symbol is that you can't film." A lot of shops will have a sticker with a camera and a line through it. And he's like, "Oh, it doesn't matter, we don't need to have the sticker, you shouldn't be filming." Oh my God, it was a carry-on. And then he basically kind of essentially walked me to the exit. It was no worries really. But, it just bothers me because like that couple of days earlier, I'd been at the electronics market and they were like loved me filming and encouraged me to film things and wanted me to show things and point out things, and just a completely different culture. And I'll put it down to that because, these markets have been there a lot of years. It's a lot of like stubborn tenants and, really like, this is my spot, my location. These are my things I'm selling, and, they just are very stuck in their ways, I guess you could call it. And, the thing is, they don't see people filming very often, right? So when someone comes along, like I'm holding a camera, they kind of think I'm doing something wrong, or I want to show or expose them or show maybe wrong something, I don't know. So whereas at the electronics building, I could have filmed all day long and no one would have said a single word to me. And actually, I chatted to more people there than I probably filmed as well. I chatted to the guy at that alcohol still shop, the guy that had the beer and the stills at the end. And he was a really nice guy, and actually those stills were made in the same hometown as my wife. And she was like shocked when we mentioned it. Like, obviously every town in Russia has some kind of manufacturing and makes something. But to figure out it was those stills, it was kind of interesting, I think. Virgin ran out of alcohol and food on one sailing. Hope that's fixed now. I'd like a longer itinerary too before I try them. Yeah, the adult only kind of thing is quite unique. It's not, let's say normal if you compare it to Royal Caribbean, Carnival, Holland, Costa. And you've really kind of got to like that kind of theme of it, that adults only kind of thing. I mean, it's not for everybody, what cruise lines you've been on and what you're used to. And then when you go to something that's a completely different product, you have expectations of what you know from other cruises. And when it doesn't hold up to that, it's, can be interesting, right? I got, like the best way. I'd like a longer itinerary. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing, you either kind of like short itineraries or you don't. Is it too many days on a ship? Do you get bored, or is it getting repeated things? Like even menus might get repeated. So just film like a spy next time. Yeah, I'm not really I'm probably the least spy-like person. I mean, you can obviously film things and then do the voiceover afterwards. That would probably make it a little bit less obtrusive to just, walk around with the camera or in my phone essentially, and then just do the commentary after. But I'm kind of happy doing that walk and talk style, and it just works out for me personally. So, yeah. Blogging Trucker, how's it going? Good morning from New York City. Yeah, we've got a bit of an eclectic mix of people here today. So, America, Russia, Australia, Germany, Thailand. So any cruise without kids would be okay with me. Yeah, I think, working on Carnival for so many years and it being, touted or promoted as the family cruise line, you kind of learn to live with the amount of kids that come on the cruises every week. Carnival, the owner and now the current chairman, Mickey Arison, the father, Ted Arison, always sort of built the Carnival brand around families and, better value, let's say the word cheaper cruises to attract that clientele, versus other cruise lines doing things more or less than that. So yeah, I guess it would be weird for me too to not have kids. I mean, in terms of retail point of view, the more adults, the better, because, if you've got 800 or 1,000 kids on a cruise, you're not necessarily going to get them as a paying customer in the shop. So especially like where I work in the liquor store, automatically they're all eliminated as customers. So it has its good and bad points. Benefits of the shorter itinerary is the cost right now. I hear you can get an inside cabin for $500. Good time to try it out. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, anytime you can get a cruise cheaper than a hotel stay, I think you're going to be on a winner. I think that's for anybody. You know, anyone that can get cheaper than the price of a night in a hotel. And I've said that to my wife here in Moscow. You know, we can book, you know, even in a Holiday Inn or a Sheraton or Hilton here in Moscow for, you know, $40, $50, $60 a night. You know, a nice hotel with a breakfast, or maybe sometimes without a breakfast, and we can have a night in Moscow and not have to worry about, you know, catching the bus and the train home. We can go to the city. We could, you know, go for a walk around somewhere and have lunch or dinner, and then stay the night and come home. And we could do a kind of a short stay like that, like staycation, right? But my wife's always like, oh, I've got this planned, I've got that planned, I'm doing this next Tuesday, I'm doing that next Friday, so I kind of leave her to it. So you need Scottish kids, they're good customers. Yeah, Scottish adults, I think we need, who want to come into the liquor store and buy lots of booze. I always, when I was on the ships in America and we met Scottish passengers, I always found it very fascinating to talk to them about alcohol, because mostly, you know, where people live in Scotland, they'd live somewhere reasonably close to a distillery. So, and you'd always sort of, I'd always, you know, almost trivia, you know, ask them questions and, you know, try to get some insider knowledge about the brands. You know, they go, oh, we live up the road from this distillery. You know, my third cousin lives from this distillery down the road from that place. And it's just interesting that, you know, the stereotypical thing in your head about a place, right? So you think Scotland, you think, you know, all of the whiskey distilleries, you know, people still live in these areas where they are, right? So, I mean, it doesn't mean they go visit them and drink whiskey, but I just find it very interesting. Even here in Moscow, when you meet somebody and ask them, you know, what they do for a job or what are they doing day to day, and, you know, I mean, obviously everyone has a story. Obviously, Gary pointed this out to me. There's a channel called Every Man Has a Story, and it's true. Everybody has some sort of a background that you can kind of learn something from. So somebody asked about, she has family in Bunbury, and I told them what your favorite place is.
Yeah, Bunbury.
What's your favorite place there? The market, right? So, yeah. Oh, 11 people. Thanks, everybody, for being in the live stream. Guess I'm going to do the 2 thumbs up. Yeah, it's... yeah, I kind of did the trivia, the poll yesterday or last night to see what the kind of... what people's thoughts were about what my next video should be. And I'm actually going to see if I can go to the poll now and see what the numbers are. So 65 votes. Oh, thank you, Pamela. Have a wonderful day. Maybe you're leaving or you're just saying good chat. I'm not sure. More food and shops. So out of 65 people who voted, 40% said they want to see videos that are more food and shops. 28% said buses, trams, and trains. 25% said apartment tour. And 8% said other. I didn't see if there's any new comments on the other. So libraries or museums. Are you allowed to film inside St. Basil's? Russell, that's the question of all questions. Anything non-controversial. The love live of the Himalayan mountain goat, for example, Peter. That's Innov High Tech, who's another friend of the live streams. Anything non-controversial. Oh, so I guess that's kind of like, I guess the kind of the perfect answer there. You know, film what you like, just don't talk about everything else. Yeah, the St. Basil thing, you can go there, you can make a tour there. It's not overly big, St. Basil's Cathedral, the one that's in Red Square. So I don't think I could kind of do it any sort of cinematic justice filming in there, really. I can walk around it, but pretty much churches here don't allow you to film. There's another one, is it church, what's the one called there? Church of Christ Our Savior. There's another one at Komsomolskaya metro station. Komsomolskaya, I think it is. And they don't allow cameras or filming or recording. I mean, it's beautiful inside. It's just silly how big it is and huge, and how beautiful the ceilings are and the lights and the windows. And they really, like, out the front, they have like no photographs, no videos, no record. So, yeah, St. Basil's is amazing. You should do interviews to get more people interested. Yeah, I did go to, Gary, I think I might have mentioned already. I went to a local spare parts shop. There's basically like a auto parts shop in one of the apartment blocks a couple of streets from me. So he just sells spare parts for cars and mostly like retail kind of things, you know, like bulbs and oils and things to wash your car and all those things. And the guy there didn't speak a single word in English, like not even like hello, goodbye, thank you. Like he didn't even say I don't speak English, which people make that funny joke, right? Do you speak English? No, I don't speak English, but they can say that part in English. So I'm gonna have to find another one to do. Yes, anywhere I can get somebody that does speak, let's say reasonable English, I'll definitely try to make some sort of video around that. So St. Basil's is amazing. I filmed everything. Yeah, St. Basil's you can pay. I think there's like an entry fee, and then if you've got a camera, there's another fee. Yeah, it's just not. I just not that cinematic, and also I'm not, very, I guess you could say that you need to be a little bit more religious to kind of understand a little bit the meaning of the place. Yeah, thank you, Real Moscow. Yeah, Temple of Christ the Savior. That's the big white church down the road from the Kremlin. Where it's actually wasn't it the one that had a fire, I believe, and they rebuilt it all. I think the whole story is, and they used to have like an underground, like a swimming pool in it. I mean, it's just amazing the whole place there. I mean, when you walk around there, yeah, everything is controversial. Yeah, the church thing. Yeah, that church of Temple of Christ the Savior. I've been there quite a few times, especially when I just want to go for a walk in Moscow, and I just want to get out the house and go for a walk. I'll go down that way because it's just such a nice area to walk, and you can just walk and walk and walk and see interesting buildings, interesting scenery and sights and people, and it's right by the river, or it's called the embankment, like that area there where the river runs through the center of Moscow. And actually, right across the street from there's a very famous petrol station, which is essentially the Kremlin's petrol station. It's a very this petrol station. It's kind of like the original. I'm going to say like pre-Soviet or Soviet time petrol station. And it's literally across the road from this church that we're talking about. It would be interesting. I should sort of somehow for the next live stream, I should sort of do a screen sharing so I can bring up photos so you could see these places where I'm talking about, because it just makes a lot more sense. What about buildings of historical or cultural interest? Yeah, the thing is, I don't know all these historical and cultural things about them, and when you kind of Google them and try to remember them and then try to put it into the video, I mean, I'm probably the worst person ever at wanting to do like take 2 and take 3 and take 4 of, talking about like a history of a building or how old it is. And that's why I find going to supermarkets and shopping centers easy, because talking about retail and what you see is a little bit easier because it's your kind of passion. Yeah, the parks and the fountains around the Kremlin are always beautiful. Very true. Yeah, they've got the Zaradi Park, which is right sort of next to the Kremlin, and then the Red Square, and then the Zaradi Park. Trying to get the words out. And that's the one that's got the, looks like a big paper clip, where it's got a cantilevered bridge going over the Moscow River. And everybody walks out there for their selfie and their Instagram photo, and it's a very neat spot. Yeah, there was a temple there long ago, and when the Soviet government decided to destroy the Christian beliefs in USSR, they also destroyed a lot of churches, and the Temple of Krasoseva was destroyed. Yeah, the actual amount of rebuilding work they'd have had to have done on this temple or church would have been just, I reckon 5 or 10 years work to get to that point. Maybe longer, 20 years. Yeah, for them, it's not a small place when you go there either. I don't think even in WA, in Perth, there's nothing even close to that size of church. And that's just one of them in Moscow. So, oh gosh. Yeah, it's a very sad story that it got destroyed, and just the grounds around it, the fact that it's only 10 minutes walk from Red Square and the Kremlin. Yeah, they had a pool there with hot water on the open air, so you could swim there even in winter. Yeah, right. That's where you kind of look down from the streets. So you guys listening to this, it makes sense if you could see the picture of it. It would make a lot of sense. I don't know if I can, when I mess up something, if I add, I reckon I will. Video capture. Let's see here. Video capture device, audio capture device, Windows capture. Let's see if we can bring in. Now, tell me if you see me. I think I'm going to mess this up completely here. I feel like I am. All right, for now, I'll just hide myself. It took me ages to figure out how to put that on top of each other before. Enable preview. You guys can see that screen? Am I dreaming that you can see it? Video capture device, video capture. Just tell me that you can see that video there. Temple of Church Our Savior. I think this might do it. This one is probably a good photo of it. Right here. This is the one that we're just talking about. If you guys can see that. I'm still here, but I'm not there. I don't know how to get me on top of. This is how much I don't know about these things. So Heather sees it, so that's good. These are quite a few of the same photo because it's pretty much the same angle that you view it from. Yeah, that's the back of the church. This where the snow is at the bottom. That's the river right there. And is that that's the bridge that you walk over. That's the Moscow River right there, where you walk over the river to the church. new photo of it. These are the grounds that are around it here. They're all pretty similar photos. It'd be nice if there was something different. I guess we're not seeing any. I guess any of these is kind of the Christ our Savior visit Russia. It's pretty noticeable from anywhere where you're right in the center of Moscow too. So I can't scroll down. I can scroll. Oh, I can do that. Yeah, sorry for my bad English. It is nearly as it was before. So the historical justice was recovered. It was always my dream to come back to Russia, but sadly I can't see that happening now. If I'm not mistaken, the bridge is called Patrishki Bridge. Patrishkal Bridge. Yeah, that's very right. Yeah, that bridge that I just showed. Where is that bridge? And that's another view of it from the Moscow River. Yeah, so if you basically walk down that path there, and most people don't, but if you walk that way 10 minutes, or probably 10 minutes, you're right at Red Square as well. Yeah, this is a really nice photo of it. Oh, look at the sunsets in these photos. Yeah, that's very nice. Yeah, this Partizansky Bridge. Patriarchal Bridge. There you go. I'm reading your words better now. Patriarchal Bridge. Yeah, that's one of the other corners of the Kremlin, and then there's another bridge, and then it's actually probably a little bit further away than it looks in that shot. That's the other. That's a bit blurry, that one. I'm not sure where that one is. I think we're getting off track now. Oh, there's a good photo. There's the corners of the Kremlin. That's the usual traffic there on the embankment. And then that's the church we're talking about just off in the distance. So that's interesting for everybody, I think, what we're talking about. Yeah, I'd hope to return to Russia. I think that won't be possible in my lifetime. Yeah, I wouldn't really write it off, everybody. I mean, you guys... patriarch is the head of a church. Oh, there you go. So the head of the church has got the bridge named after him. That's nice. At least they kind of kept him in mind when they were naming everything nearby. So, yeah, Heather, and She Billings, I wouldn't write coming back here anytime soon. I mean, in terms of, daily life here, there's very, very, very little change in terms of daily life. I mean, behind the scenes and behind closed doors, of course, there's a lot going on. I don't know what to say. This is the biggest thing, right? It kind of, I think a lot of people are just sort of going about their life because everybody has to, right? I mean, whole of Russia isn't going to stop and wait for things to stop happening that are happening. They're not just going to kind of freeze and, oh my gosh, let's just stick watching the news, wait and see what happens, people are just going about their business, and that's the kind of good and bad of this here, and the sort of sad part about it in a way, because, I'm going out to film videos and, smiling, and I'm happy to be at this market yesterday. No, not yesterday, day before. And that's the difficult part about doing these vlogs is, you're interested to be there and it's exciting to be there, but yet, 700 kilometers away is the border of another country where things are, not going well, so to speak. So, sorry. Yeah. We're always happy to have guests here in Russia, so come as soon as you can. Yeah, I mean, the airports are still open, flights are still arriving, visas are still being issued. I mean, everything is operating completely as it was before 6 or 7 weeks ago. Um, I mean, literally, if I was to take you to Red Square and all these areas, I would say there'd be little to no difference visibly. I mean, of course, there's some areas where there's probably more police, more security around, particularly around Pushkin Square, which is kind of that known hot spot where people want to, make their thoughts known. So, yeah, I did Airbnb all around Russia, St. Petersburg, catching up all around. That isn't possible now. Yeah, I think Airbnb is not blocked, but I think they're not accepting bookings in Russia right now. The same actually for a lot of hotel websites. They've took Russia off their. It's not like that they've blocked or closed all these websites. They've just took Russia off the booking systems, so you can't type in like the word Russia or Moscow, St. Petersburg or whatever in the description. It doesn't come up with any booking availabilities. So let's go back to Russell Capture. I think, let's go a little bit zoomed in more than we need. Is that back in the middle again? Yeah, I think that's right, isn't it? Life goes on, yeah. But Heather is right. It is hard to rent a hotel because of Airbnb. Yeah, I think bookings is also gone. Yeah, so yeah, things like Booking.com, Expedia, Hotels.com, where you can't. If I was to kind of go to like websites like that, you can't put any search terms in. So actually, very typically, if I was to book a hotel in Moscow, I'd just do it through Expedia or Booking.com, and then it would charge my credit card. But when you go to type in like Moscow and hotels in Moscow vicinity, it's not coming up with any locations. So that's a bit of a problem. So I kind of laugh about it. It's not really, really, really funny, but sometimes you've got to kind of see that lighter side of life. I'm just sort of clicking through a few things here. Sorry. What number of subscribers? We're on 2,087, by the way. So 2,000 subscribers has come and gone as the goal now. So I guess we need a new goal to reach for with the channel. Yeah, we have Ostrovok booking system. I'll have to ask my wife about that. Or maybe she'll for sure know about it. I think she's always using her phone for different things. Good morning everyone from Great Britain. Mick's Mowers, the mowers man. Mick, good to see you. I occasionally watch lawn mowing YouTube channels, and I think there's almost like a cult following for people who find it like they always put oddly satisfying watching people, lawn mowing channels. And I watch an Australian guy, and I was watching an American guy for a little while, but I'm not getting recommended his videos now. I don't subscribe to a lot of channels personally, but the Australian guy comes up, and he goes and does free lawn mowing. So I guess his channel's big enough that he compensates like the ad revenue to basically take time out and do videos. I think they're the kind of the more viral videos on his channel is where he does the free extreme home makeovers, garden makeovers, So yeah, Mick, good to see you in the channel. Maybe first time writing a comment, I think. Yeah, I wonder if anybody else watches lawn mowing channels. It's as it says on all of them, oddly satisfying. And there is something about it, right? Watching it like in time lapse or in hyperlapse videos, and how they can make before and after of them. It's amazing. Oh, Amadeus, that's it. Oh, by the way, you helped program Amadeus. Wow. Yeah, they also took airline reservation systems Amadeus off. Yeah, no Western Airlines. Yeah, this is the other problem that I will face at some point is if we do book tickets back home, how are we going to go about doing that? We're going to have to find a kind of workaround for it somehow. So Gary said 3,000 subscribers should be the next goal. I think, yeah, I guess I was always trying to aim for 10,000 on the cruise channel, and it's stuck at like 9,500 for so long now, like 9,400, 9,500. So yeah, I guess 3,000 is the next goal. I'm kind of curious if like things like the ad revenue and super chats, this channel will pass my 10,000 subscriber cruise channel very easily, just even from super chats or from stickers or from ad revenue, which is very interesting. I was showing my wife like the video we filmed where we went for lunch and we just did that walk around of the Globus. I think it's earned like $25 in ad revenue since the video came up, since we made the video. And she's like just in shock, like, whoa, oh my God, it's I'm like, the more videos you're in, Jen, the better it is, because maybe there's some sort of like a female thing with the ad revenue that people want to watch. Or maybe they just want to watch you and not me on the videos. So I should sort of think about it that way. Yeah, no Western Airlines. Which airlines are still flying to Russia and which countries still allow Russian airlines? Rochelle is asking. I know Qatar Airways is flying here. I know Emirates is flying here. I know Turkish Airlines is flying here. So that kind of covers Europe, if you want to go that way. Okay, Emirates and Qatar go through the Middle East the other way. I know in terms of Russian airspace, if you ever go to like Flight Radar and look it up, a lot of the Chinese airlines are still flying across Russian airspace versus sort of taking the long way around. The rain's just getting heavier outside, by the way. I kind of just looked a second ago, and it's just non-stop raining now outside. Sorry. So yeah, there is the option to fly through the Middle East that way to go anywhere else in the world. So there's plenty of airlines. You know, in terms of where Russian airlines can fly to, I know most of them have kind of suspended international flights because of the fact that essentially all of Europe's airspace is closed. So their ability to fly to foreign countries is more limited because of the airspace they can fly through. Yeah, SberBank Airlines. Yeah. Oh, European no hide. Oh, good to see you. Yeah, I guess they're flying as well. Serbia is one of the few open countries in Europe that you can go to, but you obviously need like SberBank Airlines to do that. So I know pretty much all of the Russian airlines are solely doing domestic flights in Russia. I guess that would make an interesting video to go to the airport and go film the flight arrival and departure board, just to have a look at, you know, are they showing every flight as cancelled, or have they sort of took them off the board, you know, and they're not showing up there as, you know, departing flights or not. Mick says, yeah, small engine repairs. It's a good hobby. I have just hit 13,500 subscribers. Very happy. Wow. 13,500. That's crazy. Yeah, it's amazing, you know, once you get to kind of these bigger numbers, you know, when you think about it in your head, the amount of people watching from the other side of the camera, right? So you're filming away. Sometimes you think you're filming to yourself. And there is people on the other side watching. I mean, even when I put up a new video, just the amount of comments so quickly after I upload a video, I mean, I like to sort of sit there the first half an hour, and just watch the comments come in and reply to them. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I guess, Mick, do you do like product reviews and stuff, or unboxings? That would always work, I think, for your sort of channel. I know for the guy in Australia there, he drives around. I imagine he's got a regular lawn mowing routes that he's doing. He's going to certain houses, every 2 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever. And he probably maybe once a week goes to a house that's just got, grass and weeds growing up above his head. And he asks them, can he come and cut their lawn for free? Essentially, he'll get the views on YouTube to more than compensate him spending a half a day or a day there filming it. So kind of works in his favor, and it's obviously works good for the channel for him as well. Yeah, China Airlines. Yes, for sure they're traveling in and out of Russia. I've seen them on this flight radar as well. When we went, we did it all on our own, no travel agents. I just did Airbnb. We used the metro, and the people that helped us were absolutely amazing. Yeah, that's definitely the way here. People would see us looking at maps and just across the road or leave a bus to guide us. We'll walk up to where we were trying to go to. Yeah, that's very nice that people did that. Yeah, you don't get everybody that's willing to do that. I think, in the years gone by when the tourism was at its sort of peak, if you want to call it that, maybe. I just remember quite a few years ago coming here and just seeing more and more tourists than, what you're seeing now for sure. So there is people that will kind of go over and above for you, or especially when they realize you're not from Russia and you're from another part of the world, and you're from Australia and like this, New Zealand, and they'll be kind of more than willing to show you something or point you in the right direction. I should probably intervene when I see people on their phones looking like tourists as well. I don't know all the places, but generally it might be somewhere that's popular that they're trying to find. Georgian Airlines. Yeah, so a lot of the former Russian states, Azerbaijan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan. I always get them wrong. I know they're flying in and out, obviously. So you could sort of fly to kind of like this, like Tbilisi, like to Georgia, and then you could fly from there somewhere else. So there is that, especially like if you look at Europe, for instance, with Turkish Airlines. So you could get to Turkey, to Istanbul, and then take another flight from there to somewhere else in Europe. European Noahide. I guess it's Noahide, not Noahide. Yeah, good to see you. Any questions and likes is always good. Situations with flights will become better once upon a time. Now the situation is really not very good. I guess, if you look at it in a bigger picture, I probably don't reiterate it enough about, possible job losses, possible people going out of work. If I look at it from duty-free side, point of view, obviously from that retail shop that I work in, there'll be less passenger arrivals and departures through international, like through Domodedovo or Shevrementovo for international flights. Vanukovo, where I live up the road here, did have flights going, internationally, but there'll be less people traveling, so there'll less people be shopping. So the shops won't need as many staff. So they may, lay off people here and there. So, Andrew, how's it going? What a treat. Thank you. Yeah, I did sort of plan it a little bit earlier than when I went live, so that's a good thing. Yeah, actually, I read last night that is it Mitsubishi has a plant up the road from us here. Well, I don't know, probably a good half an hour drive away, called Kaluga. Is one of the stations further down our rail line from Aprelivka down to Kaluga. So if I take the train from Moscow to Aprelivka where I live, you tend to get the Moscow-Kaluga train. And they've got a Mitsubishi car plant down there. And they've basically halted operations, citing supply chain issues. Is what the wording. They're very, very worded, like very smartly worded. I imagine they're just having trouble importing. A lot of the car manufacturers worldwide are saying that there's chip shortages. So some of the components, I guess, for the dashboard, for the electronics, that they're having issues getting. So they can't complete the whole car manufacturing process without certain parts. So they've said there that the Mitsubishi one here makes the Pajero and a few other models I hadn't heard of. I guess when it's sort of a business that's close to where you live and that town is affected by workers that go to and from that plant every day, and then it's suddenly not working, then it's an issue, right? So, none of my wife's friends or people that I know are affected by sanctions yet, in terms of work life. So yeah, what a treat. Nice. Now talk to headquarters of Global in Germany. They told me they will keep their shopping centers open. Oh, Globus, right? Yeah, that Globus, and then there's Leroy Merlin, and then I guess from IKEA's point of view is the mega shopping centers, and then Auchan. I think these are, I guess they're German. I think Auchan is French, isn't it? Auchan, is that German as well? My God. Yeah, the whole thing is, right, they kind of, it's not like they've got a bit of a get out of jail free clause in that they don't have to close because of pressure from, worldwide condemnation, if you want to call it that. But, they kind of say, well, we need to still feed the population. And if we close, then there's obviously less avenues for people to be able to buy food. The supply chain kind of gets halted. So, Globus has sort of said they'll stay open because they, people deserve that they still have the access to food and medicine and personal care items and things like that. So, good on them. I don't really hold, any of these shops, responsible for them closing. In terms of me coming from a retail background, you don't want to see shops closed and people going out of work. And, hopefully, these companies that have closed and have paused their operations, they're still obviously paying their staff. Obviously, there's a point where they may not. So you hope that they don't stop paying their staff, sort of thing. The screen is still up with me, isn't it, by the way? Yes? Please tell me, because I see it like a red. I think it's definitely only me now. So I'm just moving it around. Starbucks is closed, unfortunately. Yeah, all the locations are closed. I never really, even my wife never really went to Starbucks. It's quite expensive for coffee there in Starbucks compared to a lot of small coffee shops that have popped up everywhere. I've noticed them more than ever, even on years gone by. There's like little coffee shops all over the joint here. Finally, they kind of realized that there's that massive commuter traffic, like the amount of people that are passing through shopping centers, passing through bus and train, metro stations, that they can sell them that quick takeaway coffee, that American culture of having a takeaway coffee in your hand. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, I am on the screen. I was a bit worried for a second. I should properly learn how to use OBS a bit better, so I can jump between screens if I needed to. Yeah, so Starbucks is definitely closed. The one where I am at Salareva, and then where did I see one yesterday? I looked in the window. Oh, when I went to Moscow last week. When did I go? And I saw it. It was all like kind of, when I went to the electronics park, they had a Starbucks in the outside of that building. They had a KFC and then a Starbucks next door. And the Starbucks looked almost like run down inside. Like no one was even, like I know for the McDonald's, their cleaners are still coming and cleaning and wiping and dusting every day. For that Starbucks that I went to, that electronics store, it's on the outside of the building, right when I started the video on the corner. and it looked inside like it was just dirty and filthy, and obviously none of the staff have literally gone back there at all to do any upkeep of the inside, you know what I mean? Just at least so it's ready if they have to or want to reopen or whatever they do, you know. Aroma, I think, is one of the coffee brands. I'm not sure about Aroma. I imagine it's one of the coffee brands in Moscow. There is so many coffee shops, honestly and truly. There is, you know, you literally every corner, every street, there's another coffee shop. More than I've ever seen before. And I think that's great. I mean, there is that, you know, constant stream of traffic. Just when I went on the tram yesterday, on this tram around this park, around Sokolniki Park, I looked up just the information about the tram network, and it said in 2019, 219 million people rode the trams. 219 million people over a year rode the trams, which is just staggering numbers, you know what I mean? You can only imagine what the metro is every day. I mean, it'd have to be a few million a day that ride the metro, the underground trains here. Yeah, Roma's a coffee chain. Okay, yeah, I'd have to probably look. Aroma. I just need to see what the logo is so I know which one they are. Oh, yes. Yeah, I know which one this is. Okay. I'm just looking at Google Images. These guys are definitely open. They're more than likely a Russian owned, I would imagine, just looking at the branding and things like that. So, and it's got no effect. Yeah, Starbucks is a status coffee. Those who drink Starbucks position themselves as rich. Yeah, that's probably about right. I mean, there's a big difference here. I mean, that for the Coffix, so there's a brand here called Coffix, which was 60 rubles for any coffee. And now I've noticed there's a few of them that have got it at 90 rubles. Whereas if you go to Starbucks, you're paying, you're paying 200, 300, 400 rubles for a coffee, which is just a lot. I mean, in terms of Moscow prices for a coffee, okay? If you're going for a coffee in Australia, you're going to pay $5, $6, $7, you know, for a coffee in Australia, you know, in a nice cafe, you know. So, you know, there's definitely that massive opportunity here to have that fixed price, lower coffee. As long as you do good coffee for that 60 or 90 rubles, you'll get that continuous, never-ending supply of customers. And especially if you're kind of quick and you're able to, you know, feed that appetite of people that are just sort of, you know, passing through. You know, you'll see people here get very irritated when they're not the next person to pay for something, or there's two people in line in front of them. They're just not willing to kind of wait sometimes with a couple of people. Even at the self-checkout at Globus, you see it where people just are not, they're irritated by having to wait. But the population here, it creates that kind of rush of people, you know. Is there unemployment payments there? If not, will they create a homeless society? I don't believe there's unemployment benefits. I'm not sure. Okay, so Heather's Moscow is. I'll have to read that bit in a second. Yeah, I don't believe there is unemployment benefits. I know there's pension for retired people. Yeah, so Heather, government in Moscow tried to create new jobs, how to say working places, is it correct in English, for those who lose their jobs. Also, there's a free education for unemployed people. And also there are payments, but you should go to labor exchanges to get benefits. Yeah, no, that's all very well worded. Yeah, I did notice on Yandex on the news, they're trying to, you know, do all they can to, you know, create jobs or give people an opportunity to apply for different jobs or change industries as jobs or unemployment becomes a thing. Yeah, so I think how Real Russia's explained it there, it's worked out all right. How is gas prices there today? I heard it was about 50 rubles per liter. 82 Australian cents or $1.92 a gallon recently. Yeah, I was not. I really should probably just go walk to my petrol station and do that video again. On Yandex, is it Yandex? Let me just pull up this Yandex. Oh, where is it? On Yandex here, it translates everything. Now it's not going to do it for me, is it? Of course not. It's not translating today. But anyway, it showed the fuel prices on here because I saw it last night. So let me just see if I can change that to. So yeah, the 95. What are we going to? 95 or 92, I guess. Like the 92 is 46.97 rubles for a liter. I mean, it's literally moved from 44.49 in March to 47 rubles. That's for the 92 octane. So it's barely moved between about 2 and 5 rubles per liter. So, I mean, I'm sure there's a gas station here or there, CT where it's maybe closer to 50 rubles. But on the Yandex here, the kind of the open market here, it's not changed anything, literally. Even the last 10 days, it's stuck on the 92 per the fuel. Is that okay? So diesel has gone down. Well, no, it's not. It's 53.10, and then now it's 53.0. So it went up to 50. It went up 1 ruble. It's gone back down again over the course of a month. So there's very little change in fuel prices. Like there is a massive supply of oil and gas and fuel and diesel here that there's no need for it to change. I mean, I guess I could make the video and make that shock and awe kind of statement in it, but Aroma is a coffee chain in 7 cities in Russia. Yeah, that I've just looked at the Google image of the brand, and I've definitely seen those in Moscow. And there are 8 in Moscow. Yeah, I feel like I've seen it a lot more than 8 of them, but maybe they're just in major locations. Tuft, how are we going? Greetings from India. Yes. Lawn mowing man there before. Sorry, I was right when I saw your initial comment, mixed lawnmowers. I was just going to talk about the golf. The Masters golf was on, and McIlroy shot like 8 or 9 under, like got finished second. And I think Scheffler was never going to get beaten, but he did well. And gas prices. I always type in rubles per liter to use gallons per liter rubles. Yeah, right. Understand. Yeah, so there's very, very little change in the petrol prices. I mean, I really didn't expect to be any kind of big changes because of the fact that it's entirely locally sourced. And I imagine there's literally no outside influence on fuel prices here. Whereas if you look at the rest of the world right now, there's a massive fluctuation because of the fact that a large supply of oils and gases are coming from in Russia and I guess Ukraine and things like that. So, well, the cheapest place in America for coffee is probably McDonald's. Yeah, they have the Mac Cafe, or they did have the Mac Cafes here. Am I leaning too far forward on the camera? I look like I am because I was looking at 2 things at the same time. That one in Pushkin Square, that one that the first one ever, it has it's a huge restaurant. That one, it's like over 2 or sometimes almost 3 levels because it's like a split level upstairs. And they've got a big McCafe in there as well. I wouldn't say people really I mean, people do go for coffee in McDonald's, but there's so many little cafes and coffee shops here that it's not probably the first people's place to go for coffee, you know? Oh, cold beer and sweet corn hit the spot while in St. Petersburg. Yeah, McDonald's doesn't really have good coffee. Yeah, the sweet corn. Yeah, I'm kind of waiting for that to come back again at the parks here. They have the boiled corn that they have in pots in like a little kind of push carts, like little temporary shops at the parks. Actually, where did I go to a month or two back? And I had one. I went to another food market. I should go back there. And I actually had a corn on a stick, and I took a photo with the guy even, and he was like, he thought I was a tourist, obviously, and because I had one of the corn on a stick. Actually, at Food City, where I filmed the Singapore flea market shop, you know, like Aldi shop, they have corn on a stick there as well. They've got little like carts that they push around all the vendors. And they sell food to all the staff there, right? So like, you know, snacks and chips and coffee and things like that and cool drinks. And they have the corn there. So yeah, when it comes a bit warmer in the summertime and at the parks in the summer, there's the corn everywhere. It's like you kind of quick snack that you can have. Yeah, even in the Prelivka here, in summer, they'll have it by the train station. There'll be someone that'll come out and sell corn. Actually, last night when we were there, when we were just coming home, they had a food van by the train station. And that food van's been parked up there for months, like completely just like snowed in. And strangely, yesterday afternoon, it was open and they have sandwiches and they had pancakes. Sandwiches, pancakes, like little cakes, coffee. And that was the first time I'd seen that open in the 7 months, that food van. It was very weird because I'd seen it parked up and I was like, what? Because it was like a brand new looking food van, like brand new. And no one was ever using it. And then yesterday it was open. So, very weird to see. Oh, the sweet corn is a queen of fields, as we say in Russia. Yeah, the corn on a stick. Yeah, I had it in... I didn't have it in Food City this time, but I know I've seen it there. Actually, at that electronics market, there was a lady that had punnets of strawberries, like beautiful looking strawberries, on her little cart. Like she has like a little tea coffee cart that she pushed around the vendors. And she had fresh strawberries on the top. So I don't know. I guess maybe she goes and buys things herself and resells it. But typically people just get like a instant coffee, sit down, or a tea, and it was very cool. So yeah, actually, you know what I'm thinking of buying is a lapel microphone to use with my phone when I'm filming. I feel like the audio on the last couple of videos, when I did the walking around tours, doesn't sound as clean and crisp. So I'm kind of either thinking that maybe I should take my phone to get them to maybe clean out like the microphone holes. You know how there's always like gunk and gook that gets in the charging cable slot? Or there's possibly like some dirt in the microphone spot over here. Because I just feel like it wasn't as clear, the volume as I'd like. So, someone just went whizzing down the road. We have a speed bump on the road right below our apartment here. So you always see them like going screaming along, and they've got to put on the brakes to go over that speed bump and then keep going. And then across the other road is where they've got these massive puddles where they try to fix this morning. And people are still... It looks like they've done nothing. They've just piled hot mix into these holes and left it. So... Sweet corn is a queen of fields. Huh. It's fallen where I live from 409 a gallon, 106 rubles a liter, to 349. So 90. Yeah, that's a big difference. 409. Yeah, that's 60 cents a gallon less. That's a big fall, isn't it? Yeah, I know in Australia it was $2.10, $2.20 Australian a liter. And it was a massive deal when it went up to over 100, over $2 a liter. Yeah, real Moscow. Yeah, I saw that one in Ashan when I was there. I took it out the packaging. I saw it. I think there's one for like 199 rubles or 249 rubles. And I nearly went to buy it, and I thought, I'm sure it's not that good quality for 200 rubles. At DNS, we've got a DNS at Salarevo, and they've got a Boya one that's 1,700 rubles. And the Boya one's much better rated. I looked up the Australian one, the Rode. This is the Rode microphone I've got here. And there's a Rode lavalier mic, lav mic. And it's 4,300 rubles. And it's basically double the price of what you could buy it for in America. So yeah, I'll have to hope for some super chats and super stickers to fund my desire for a nicer microphone. That'll have to be my goal, I think. I'll have to do this the hard way. Yeah, that one for a couple of 100 rubles. Man, I'm sure it works, but I just don't think it's. I think it's just going to be not any better than what the phone's microphone would be. So I definitely have seen it though, because I looked at it last time I was in the store. I actually walked around that electronics area to look for them on the shelf there. Yeah, audio is inconsistent, especially when you turn away from the mic. Yeah, I think on the phone seems to be my problem there. It used to be always really nice and really clear, and I never had an issue with it. So I'm not sure why. It has to be something to do with the dirt in the microphone, in these the little holes at the bottom. It has to be that. I really enjoy your live streams and appreciate that you answer people's questions about life in Russia now. Thank you. Yes. Thank you, CTA Nut. What if that's cosmonaut? Feels like it is. Yeah, Rochelle, I'm working on this audio because I'm very happy that I've got a nice microphone for the live streams. I obviously need to get the better camera. Then I could really be happy. Germany paying €7 a gallon, Gary. That's crazy. Crazy. I just asked Siri to convert gas prices. Yeah, that's the easiest. €220 a liter. Oh, right, €7 a gallon. Okay, now I'm thinking. Sorry, $2.20 a liter. Yeah, it sounds a bit more reasonable. Sorry. I was thinking it was €7 a liter. I'm like, what? By the way, how's the microwave? It's not. The microwave's not happening. I guess Jen stopped talking about it for about a week now. So that's the thing. If we go to the shopping center, we always end up in the. There's a place called M Video here, which is like a homewares store, like a Home Depot, It's like Best Buy or, like electronics store with kitchens and fridges and ovens and microwaves and kettles. So we always end up in there because I like to go look at them, and then she ends up seeing something in there that she wants, but we didn't go to one recently, so she's forgotten about the microwave. So the lunch or out for dinner thing is still on. We're waiting for the 21st to come around for the YouTube payday. So it'll happen. Lauren's back. How many people have pets? We don't have a pet. I wonder if other people do. In Russia, everybody seems to have a cat or a dog. When we were walking yesterday, we were just talking about it, like everybody walking their dogs and cats, their dogs, because yesterday was like nice weather day, right? And it was, relatively warm. Wasn't windy. We walked all the way to the train station shops and back, and it didn't feel cold both ways. I didn't have my scarf on yesterday, so and all the people were out walking their dogs in the afternoon and evening time. So I know a lot of people have cats here because in apartments it's like the ultimate pet, right, to have. Should I record a video about mics? I have 2 mics and 2 adapters for iPhone and for new cameras. I guess the thing with your YouTube channel, it's really, will you get views from this video from having viewers watching your channel for your niche of videos? I know if I did that kind of video on this channel, it wouldn't get any views. It would just die a horrible death, the video would. So I guess you could make one if you feel it would be suitable for your channel. I think I'm just going to have to go and buy one of these lav mics and know that it'll work better for these walking videos that I'm doing. So we're paying around $1.80 a litre now for petrol. So it's good, Heather. It's gone under $2. That's a big deal. In WA, we've got this 2-week price cycle as well. So we've got a website called Fuel Watch where you can put in your postcode or where you live, and it will tell you the cheapest fuel, like today, tomorrow pricing. So I should surprise her. Yeah, I should. I've got to carry it home though. It's all Jen's money now, by the way, because my cards won't work here. So there's no real secrets anymore like we used to have where we could use each other's cards, or I could use my card and she can use my card with her. We have joint accounts from Australia from when we were there. So she has my accounts with her name on the cards, like joint accounts. So we could easily buy things and not worry about it either way. But now I'd have to either borrow her card or take money out of her account. Must have poo all over, Gary says. Yeah, it is very noticeable here. People don't carry the bags, don't pick up the poo. They let the dogs poo anywhere they like. Not very interesting video to talk about. Yeah, if you had a channel that's about tech or about products, and your subscribers over time are wanting to keep watching videos that you've made about tech, they'll always get views. But if you change the video niche in your channel, then it can really affect future videos, and maybe people will unsubscribe or they won't watch, wondering what your next video will be. Yeah, Uber is your friend. Yeah, we have Yandex Taxi here, but yeah, that's my friend as well, Yandex. And actually, when I came back on the train a few days ago, when it was snowing, when I came home, I ordered the Uber. It was 124 rubles. So it was about $1.50, $1.60 for the taxi to get me home. It's a 10-minute drive from the train station to our house. 20-minute walking or so, but 123 rubles to catch the taxi is very good. Government have halved one of the taxes on petrol for 6 months. Yeah, my mum was telling me that the government sort of kicked in. You have to think that's also a little bit election biased as well by them doing these fuel tax cuts. I mean, the petrol station owners won't be happy. I guess they've got to deal with that. One lady wants to know, how's our microwave going, Jen? How's the microwave? The one that we don't have. Jen's a little bit sleepy. I think she was having a lay down in the other room. So, does your PayPal work? My PayPal does work because it's an Australian PayPal account. Anybody's Russian PayPal account is closed, blocked, locked, and not working. So I do have more than access to PayPal through my PayPal account. Actually, when I was in Australia, I was doing eBaying, and that's pretty much why I had a PayPal account set up. Yeah, that definitely works. But I just need to basically just move the money around to get access to the money physically. So the same like for super chats, super stickers, any kind of donations to the channel pays through YouTube. Can you do a camping trip in the countryside? Lauren says. It's just too cold. In summer you could, but you've kind of got a few month window of doing that. I mean, a lot of people here would go to cabins or to dachas or to Jen and I, we went to her auntie's house in Ufa, and then we went with her cousin to a kind of a holiday village by the river where we had like chalets. So you basically stay in a chalet, there's a barbecue outside, kitchenette, bathrooms. Camping's just not very practical. I mean, summertime you could do it, but pretty much it's easier to go in a chalet somewhere or, some sort of a country house than to do it outside in camping. I think the Visa MasterCard pull out of Russia hurt far too many ordinary people, see to not. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it will also for the future as well with people like tourists traveling here, business people traveling here, people who wanting to go to any kind of hotels or luxury restaurants. If you have a non-Russian card. I mean, if you've got a Russian card, Visa, MasterCard, that all works in Russia. But non-Russian cards don't work in the country. And likewise, Russian cards outside the country don't work. So if you take a Russian card to another foreign country, it won't work. So, but a Russian who has, like my wife has it's actually a Visa debit card. It's not an absolute Visa card. So that would work in the country here. Spring will show who pooped where. Yeah, it's. I just actually now you mention it, Real Moscow. I noticed that yesterday. Just where we saw now all the paths exposed from all the snow melting. You can see just dirt and rubbish and poo everywhere. And I did notice it yesterday. I mean, we walked a bit of a different route down to the train station and back yesterday than we normally go. So we went a little bit more the back streets, and it's very noticeable. Yeah, Yandex owns Uber in Russia. Yes. Yeah, you do see a few Yandex cars about, like with the Yandex stickers on them. Uber cars with Uber stickers on them, but they're very, very, very few. Yeah, basically Yandex just crushed Uber and figured if we buy Uber, then Uber is no more and we still win. But Yandex Go, which is the absolute most commonly used taxi app. I just open it on my phone, put the address, it gives you the price. You can choose like economy, comfort, luxury. It gives you the price for what the taxi would be, and then you just book it, and they turn up, and then it's charges to my wife's credit card or debit card. So, only used a private taxi car once while we were there, and I was scared. Yeah, that's Heather. That's the non-approved taxis in Moscow and in Russia. Yeah, they kind of, you can buy like the taxi stickers. Oh, you're going? Yeah. Okay, Paka. Oh, okay. 7. Okay. Poka poka. Jen's off to the salon now. She has clients coming up. So yeah, this private cars. You can basically buy the word taxi and the stickers. Actually, at Food City, there's some car parts guys, and you can even buy the taxi thing that goes on top of the car. And I noticed over by Food City at one of the car wash places, the guy has the whole thing that goes on the roof of the car as well. You can actually buy that whole thing. I guess you buy them or rent them off people. I don't know. And yeah, there's so many things when you look around here that are interesting. I mean, they wouldn't go into one video. Just seeing that car wash place there with the guy with the Yandex topper that goes on your car, or the Uber topper. I guess I'll call it a topper. It's very interesting to see that. Yeah, I can agree with this whole scary thing. They just rip tourists off and people that don't know any better. I mean, if you've got Yandex Go on your phone, you can pull up, it's all linked to your card. And they're trusted drivers. They've got a rating system. They can be reported. Their number plates are recorded. And, anybody can ride them and you can feel safe at all times. They're very much vetted, the drivers who work for them. So I agree with the scary part. We don't catch them to do that. So no, we have a Russian payment system here and even didn't notice any changes. Yeah, if you're a Russian with Russian cards, it would be no different, like nothing at all. Yeah, from the opposite side of it, I guess. Like for me, it's a problem. So not only me, we still use our Visa MasterCards, but we will have no new cards. Our banks will change them to Mir. Yeah, that's the thing, right? So where you apply for new accounts, they're kind of not allowing it. That's the same with a lot of foreign companies. Like you can't open up a new account for a lot of websites and businesses, and you can't renew payments of like where you've got I don't know, like memberships and stuff where you're paying out of country for membership. Like for instance, like what's this, Netflix. So you can't pay your Netflix bill. You can't pay your Spotify bill if you've got Spotify. So Yandex owns, Yandex Marketplace. Yeah, they have microwaves too. Thanks, Rochelle. Stop reminding me. Now my wife's gone to work now. She won't hear. You got to stop reminding me of this microwave thing. Yeah, Yandex Marketplace. Yeah, we use Wildberries here and Ozon. My wife uses Wildberries, which is kind of like an Amazon-style online shopping. And then the big difference here between getting things delivered to your house, typically here you get it delivered to a pickup point. So at most apartment blocks, there's a small little shop that's a pickup point for online shopping. So actually not in our building, but the one across the street almost. There's a pickup point for Wildberries. So yesterday my wife picked up a nail polish that she bought online. She ordered the day before. It was there yesterday to pick up. And then you can literally inspect what you've ordered, and if you don't want it, you can give it back and they refund you. And they've even got change rooms in there to try on clothes and whatever you're going to try on. It's a pretty neat system that they use. Rather than, relying on mail to your house or your apartment or your mailbox, they don't do that here. It's very, very uncommon. So, have you considered Bitcoin? I haven't. No. Excuse me. Oh gosh. A friend, another dimmer. I have a friend. He did suggest I should open a Bitcoin account and then put my Bitcoin wallet as in my description. But I've not done that. I don't really have any plan to do that. So, I don't exactly understand Bitcoin. I know I can watch YouTube videos and probably learn about it, but I don't have any kind of desire about Bitcoin. So Gary's on his way home. Yep, catch you later if you're still live. Yeah, I guess we should probably wrap it up at some point. Yeah, 22 likes, so that's good. 13 viewers. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for the likes. Don't forget at some point at the end of the video, once it posts, to put a comment into the video comments afterwards versus the comments in the chat here. Yeah, you should use it to move money between your Australian and Russian accounts. Bitcoin, you mean? Yeah, it would be. I guess it would be helpful. I mean, I just find this setting up a Bitcoin wallet, setting up this Bitcoin. You've got to set up a couple of different accounts to link between this. And I just think it's just too much work for something that should be incredibly simple. You know? Me just going to the ATM and taking cash out used to be simple 6 weeks ago, but it's not. You know, so maybe I should get someone to set it up for me and then I just get them to give me the login details. That would be lazy of me, but I don't know how many people really are into Bitcoin here generally. I don't. Anybody that I know doesn't have it. The one friend Dimmer, he's set it up because he's got it with his YouTube channel. But I've never asked him if he's ever been paid in it, so I don't know. If you watch that the video of me around that electronics store, on that second level where they've got all the computer parts sellers, you know, with the processors and the hard drives and whatever, RAM and things like that. They had some Bitcoin mining rigs there. And I really love to have kind of gone and looked at the screen and watched it processing the Bitcoin. It was pretty neat to see them sort of set up. Yeah, either Bitcoin or China Union Pay. Unfortunately, it all is all that works abroad. Yeah, the Union Pay was definitely suggested to me. So, yeah. Anybody else have any interesting comments? My wife won't let me film like the apartment tour video because she thinks that the apartment's not tidy enough. It's very tidy, by the way. But she's just worried that I'll show like, you know, like her coffee cup on the kitchen table or her, you know, candy wrapper in the bedroom or something. So what a lot of people do here, I've noticed YouTubers do, is they go and basically kind of get like a Airbnb or a, you know, rent a place for a day and film that as their apartment tour, and it's not really where they live at all. But they make it out to be that's the apartment tour that they're filming. How am I? Hello from the USA. Just joining. How are you this morning? I'm well. It's now afternoon now. It was early morning, earlier, I guess. I guess it's morning for you there. I'm doing okay. I'm a little bit. My cheeks are a little bit sore now from talking so much and from kind of smiling. You know, there's a bit of an element that I'm going to just move this. Oh, I can do that, right? Because what I'm going to do, I'm just going to have a little drink of Coca-Cola. I'm sorry. I'll just do it like this so you don't see. Sorry, everybody. Excuse me. Yeah, just remember, happy wife is happy life. Thank you, Heather. Yes. That's why I'm here in Russia, because I wanted to not see her be upset in Australia, not be unhappy, not be happy, be unhappy. So yeah, that was one thing that was a big decision for me to come here, and essentially for her to leave Australia and me follow her here. Otherwise, we'd have really struggled. So yeah, happy life. Yeah, I do want to do this. You know, the thing is, it's like giving a lot of. It's not secrets away, but it's sort of, you know, filming your life here, and there's an element of, you know, should you sort of film. Should you film everything about your life and put it on YouTube? You know, should I film, you know, the kitchen and my desk and where we sit in the kitchen here on the sofa, and whereas some YouTubers basically film it somewhere completely different. It's not their house, you know, but they can make it out to be their place. You know, I guess the kind of you know, it's possible that I can make it kind of look like it's where I live. You get Jen to buy traditional Russian ingredients, and you could cook something for us. Yeah, Lauren, I did think about that. We should cook borscht. Yeah, Jen's always like stumped for what to cook. What's for lunch? What's for dinner? What's for lunch? When we were going to Bali on holiday a few times, that was our. Sorry, my nose is itchy. We had this kind of running joke when we were in Bali. If you've been to Bali before, you'll understand. But it's like, you know, all you're thinking about, because you've got no worries about work, about what time to wake up, go to bed, what are you going to do things, is all you're worried about is what you're going to eat. Like, what's for breakfast? Oh, and you've just eaten breakfast. Oh, what are we going to have for lunch? And Bali's kind of the place where you kind of almost go somewhere different for every lunch and dinner that you have there, right? So, and we had this running joke, you know, what's for lunch? What's for dinner? What are we doing today? Where are we going today? And we still have that here, you know, between us. You know, what are we going to cook for tomorrow? What are we going to cook for the day after? I'm like, I don't know. That's why yesterday I kind of said we'll go for like late lunch out at this cafe, rather than having to decide what to have. So I was happy to have some sort of chicken or something, or pork. But we went for, actually the whole lunch was, how much did it cost? $20? No, $25. So Jen had chicken, vegetables, had some extra beans. We had garlic bread. I had the big soup. I had Fanta. So it was $25 for everything. You know, that was it was probably technically a little bit less with the exchange. So, and that was more than enough food for us, between us. So cute. Love you, Jenny and Russell. Thank you, Real Moscow. Very nice of you to say. Are you in Moscow? Please tell me again where you are if you're in Moscow or not. If you are, we should try to meet up. It would be no worries to get together somehow or go somewhere or whatever. You're a wonderful couple, I think. I think so. We have our ups and downs, right? I think everybody does. I mean, I think that's part of life. Me not going to work every day is probably not helping. Whereas back in Australia, I went to work, you know, Monday to Friday, sometimes Saturdays, and there was that sort of separation where you're not together all the time. Whereas I'm probably home a little bit more than normal now. You know, obviously she goes to work, but she works downstairs in our apartment building. But I go into Moscow and spend, you know, time making these videos. Don't be directly by people. Don't be directed by people on YouTube. Yeah, film what you want. Thank you, Gumshrew 2007. Yeah, I'm comfortable doing it. I just don't like my wife getting upset about it. You know, like it's like me making her try to be on the films and on the live streams and stuff like that. I can see she doesn't really want to do it. So the whole point is for us to try to build a bit of a community around this channel and get people watching because they enjoy the content that I'm making and where Jen's in it. Just 1 second. I think, is it zoomed in too much, or am I just sitting too far forward on the chair? Yeah, thank you, Grumshrew. Yeah, I'm comfortable doing things like this. I guess it does give away a little bit. Oh, he's back already? You forgot your t-shirt? Oh, you have to... Oh, because you're wearing a jumper? Oh. She forgot to wear a different outfit for work. So she's come back home to get changed. Pirojaki, Jen? What's the babushka? What's the granddad name? Huh? The granddad? No. This lady said it's like babushka, but for grandma. Piroki. I've had that problems. I've had that problem, but since I started getting meal kits shipped, it makes their decisions easier. Yeah, about what to cook for lunch and dinner. Yeah, you're right, Grumshrew. Yeah, it's we've never considered that actually at all. I've seen it advertised and things like that. You can get prepared meals in the supermarkets here. That's very common. So you can buy like pre-cooked food that's either heated up or you just heat it up at home. That's very normal. My babushka says hello. She's 92 years old and off to bed. Oh, wow. Hello, Lauren's grandma. Good to meet you. Huh? Okay, poka. Oh, nice, Lauren's grandma. I'm sure she's radical like you are. So you should learn everything you can from her because it's 92. That's good innings. Huh. Thank you, Lauren. You know, it's 22C here. Oh, it's nice and warm in Germany for you. Oh, it's K. Okay, sorry. I guess I'm misreading everything. Oh, okay. So like babushkas used to make. Sorry, I thought you were talking to like what the Russian word is for babushka for grandfather and grandmother. Sorry. I completely misunderstood. I've just recently joined your channel and I'm curious, do you think you will be doing any more walking tours in the future? I really like those. Gumshrew, yes. Yeah, I like doing them. I like filming them. And it's definitely something that's very easy for me to do. Apart from when I get told to stop filming, like at the market the other day. Where was the other place they didn't like it either? Oh, at Food City. And then they took me to the offices of the building, to the administration. And then the guy there was super nice. He's like, yeah, you can film. You just need to let us know that you're coming, and you can make filming. Parushkis. Okay. I guess it's like pierogi. Parushkis. I had the pie. Did I take a photo of it? Can I take a photo of the food? Oh, maybe not. No, I didn't. I take a photo of every food I possibly eat, except that one. There was one that I had that was like folded over. I don't know the name now. Oh my god. Oh, Dedushka and Deda is grandfather. Thanks, Rochelle. Well, you guys are very good at knowing everything more than I know. So thank you. Yeah, so Gunshrew definitely will make more videos, definitely. Perushkis. That's the name, okay. Yeah, I don't mind any. Actually, you know what I might go and get? I might walk to the arena at the we call it Kiev High. The main highway back to Moscow here is Kiev Highway or Kiev Shusay. And we have a Rynok there, or a food market there we call it Kiev Highway Rynok. So Kiev Highway shops. And then where we went yesterday was train station shops. That's what we call them between my wife and I. And the guy there has got a little bread place, little bread bakery. But he makes pizzas, believe it or not. And they're absolutely the best pizza I've eaten here in Aprelivka in Moscow. Better than Dodo Pizza and whatever pizza place we order from. And it's 150 rubles. So a whole pizza would be 300 rubles. So about $5. But it's half a pizza you get for 150 rubles. But it'd be about 3 slices, but he kind of cuts them in half. I don't know why. He could cut them into little pieces and charge less, but he sell more, but he doesn't. So... can you show us a gallery or museum, Lauren? I'm not really into galleries and museums that much. I probably could, but I'm just not into them. It's bad of me that I don't like everything in the world, I should like everything. 35 degrees in New York City. So yeah, it's about the same temperature, I guess. We're on 3.5 now. Here inside. I had to put the new batteries in yesterday. So it's my minus 22 now has been erased, which I'm really sad about because I liked how it told me the minimum temperature here was minus 22. And it'll only kind of get warmer slowly, so dedushka. So it's dedushka, babushka, and then girl is devushka. So dedushka. Okay, I've got it. Did you check out Peter Drew's guide yet, Russell? Did you tell me to go look at that? Dedushka and babushka. Yeah, it's almost. I haven't looked up Peter Drew's guide now. I'm gonna have to look that up. Peter Drew's guide. Peter Drew, Moscow. Peter Drew? Peter Drew. There's Peter's Food Adventures. Is that the one? Oh, there's Drubinski. What can $10 get you in Moscow? I know Drubinski. He does those $10 things everywhere, doesn't he? What does $10 get you in whatever this country is or that country? English pub in Moscow, Russia the other way. There's a few interesting videos here. Does Moscow have skyscrapers? Hope it does. It's at 2,000 views. That's Peter's Food Adventures. Huh. Yeah, we're going to teach Russell some Russian words. Thank you, Real Moscow. Yeah, babushka and devushka. Yeah, devushka I always hear a lot on the. I hear that a lot, like girl or young girl. It's grandmother and grandfather. Yes. It's really like babushka is also like a rude word for grandmother as well. You kind of say it in a polite way, and you can say it like in a bit of a rude, derogatory way towards a grandmother or an older Russian lady. They kind of say like the Russian apartment is babushka style, or is babushka style kitchen or babushka style this or that or the other. And it's kind of sometimes rude the way it kind of comes across, but it's just a normal word that you say. So, Grumshu said, it's interesting that there are cautions. They are cautious of your filming. It isn't often you hear things like that, like this. I've seen a few occasions. Casinos in Las Vegas have stopped people from filming, but not often. Yeah, I just think they're just not used to kind of vloggers and bloggers coming around places. That's probably the one thing that's probably they're just not used to that. Whereas maybe like the at the electronics market, they don't mind it. You know what I mean? It's a piece of technology. It's my phone in my hand. I mean, it is a little bit obvious when you've got it on the tripod and the mount and things like that. It could probably be a little bit less obvious with it when I'm walking around. I mean, I could certainly hold it and not talk, and then it wouldn't be as noticeable. It's a shame though, like that guy the day before, if he'd have known that I'm just talking about things, about, what I'm seeing and the surroundings, it wouldn't be really an issue. But I guess they just think I'm doing something wrong, not showing things right. I mean, you can see how I could, skew the story of what I'm filming, make it look like it's a different thing altogether. That would be very easy. Yeah, you should do a walking tour of Red Square, Heather says. Yes, I can do that very easily. If I could get someone to edit and put titles and fancy logos on my videos, I could make them really far better than what they come across. Red Square and Ziadi Park. Yeah, I like that area. I can walk around that every day of the week. Literally, I could. And I have walked around it maybe few hundred times. And my wife actually is curious what I find interesting going there each time, because she's like, oh, you want to go around, walk around Red Square again? You want to go to see there's the changing of the guard at the there's the Eternal Flame and the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, the Eternal Flame there. And actually I've filmed that. I've not made a video out of it, but I've just filmed the bit where the guard gets changed and walks down the path back to his guardhouse, I guess. But I've just not listed it as a video to watch. And I was going to put it on the channel. It's not got an introduction or an outro. It's just basically the guys marching, changing over and marching off. But I just need to put it on the channel because I can watch that. It's every hour, like 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., I think. They change guard there. And every time I'm in Moscow by that, I'll go and just look at it at the top of the hour because it's just fascinating to watch, Old-fashioned, not rude. Yeah. Not Devushka, but Dedushka. Yeah, thanks. No babushka is cute. No babushka is a cute name for grandma, not rude. Okay. Devushka is a girl. Dedushka is grandma. Right, I've got all three now. So it's Devushka, Babushka, and Dedushka. Nice. I've got them all three now. Something I can't click away here. Maybe film Red Square, the Kremlin, St. Basil's, Bolshoi. Well, you're giving me all these places. I know all of these. I don't know about Trezvoy Gallery, Pushkin Arts Museum, I know, stuff like that, and I think would be interesting. Yeah, Pushkin Fine Arts Museum is close to where this church was we talked about earlier in the stream. That would be interesting. And if you're interested in parks, you should visit Gorky Park. I've been to Gorky Park a lot of time. Kolomysk Park we've been to not recently, but a couple of years ago we went there. That's the one that's on the hillside, isn't it? And it's got a few churches there and I think it's got a monastery in there as well. It's a very big park. I think that's the one we've been to. Svertino Park I'm not sure about. I'll have to look that one up. And then the day before I was on the tram. I forgot the name of the park where we walked. Sokolniki Park. Sokolniki. Actually, there was a couple that came up to me while I was sort of sitting on the tram because I was just looking around with amazement, And it looked like I didn't know where I was going, so I had my phone open with the map. And then they're like, "Oh, this is the stop to get off to go to Sokolniki. Just walk this way." And they were and I'm like, "Oh no, it's okay. I'm just going on a ride around on the tram." So they were kind of pointing out where I should get off and walk into the park. So Yeah, I can do the Red Square video again. I mean, I don't. I kind of wanted to do like the 5 things you can do in Red Square, or because you can literally see quite a few things that Gumshoe's mentioned there in literally under an hour. If you're not going inside the museums, of course, but that area where is the Kremlin, St. Basil's, Bolshoi, these are all within a couple of kilometers of each other, so they're all relatively close together. So yeah. Oh, hi from Scotland. Nice. I was watching the golf last night, and a couple of Scottish golfers and the Irish golfers, Northern Ireland golfers, did very well in the Masters. They didn't win, but they put on a good show. Yeah. Do many Russians come to Australia for holidays? I don't think many do. I mean, while we were there for the year and a half, we met quite a few Russians and Ukrainians. It's interesting now. My wife we were talking about it yesterday, that her friends that she'd made in Australia were quite a few Ukrainians. And obviously with this Ukraine and Russia situation, I mean, it really doesn't divide people as such, you know what I mean? People, Russians and Ukrainians have known and got along and talked for years and things like that. So, Jen was just sort of saying she's now curious about whereabouts in Ukraine each of them lived, based on where some things have been happening right now. So, and one of her clients messaged her to say that her mum is coming to Australia this week or next week. So it's actually been quite fortunate for Ukrainians that they've been able to get visas very simply and be able to fly to Australia. I mean, if you can afford it, if you can go through the process of applying and things like that. So one of her clients is very happy her mum can come, and they're bringing their dogs to Australia. So, I mean, really in terms of tourists, like Russian tourists coming to Australia, it wouldn't be very many. It would have to be Russians who are financially able to afford flights to Australia, the cost of travel, hotels, tours. I mean, the average Russian wouldn't be in that financial, have the finances to do that kind of a trip. It's definitely, more middle class, if you want to call it that, Russians that could afford that kind of a trip or a holiday. And on the hill near the Moscow River is, on the hill near the Moscow River is Kolomysko Park. Yeah, and also, oh my gosh, what's the name of the Sparrow Hill? Vorovyuva Gore is because I take the red metro, right, from Salarevo to Moscow or to wherever in Moscow. And there's the hill there, which is where the Moscow State University is. And it's got the overlook over the whole of Moscow. And then you've got there's a cable car as well that goes down to Luzhniki Stadium. Okay. Oh, thanks. You've wrote it in Russian. Are there any dog-friendly parks there? Just curious. I have golden retrievers and like taking mine in the parks. You know what? The Queen's Park. Oh, okay. The Queen's Park. Just call it. Yeah, okay. Gary, I'm not sure if I'm going for a record. I don't know. I guess I was sort of, hoping that, more people will be watching. I guess I'm still not giving enough timing to get people into the stream. Yeah, blogging trucker. I've Googled. I've looked up this Drew guy you mentioned. So maybe that's the same one that he's done some food tours in Moscow. I think that's the same one. But this other park that Real Moscow is mentioning, I know these places very well. So, see, my wife's watching the live stream now. You can see she's doing cuckoo in the messages. So, you guys can say hello to her there. That's her saying hello. Maybe Real Moscow, you can type something in Russian to my wife if you want to. um, um, oh, this is interesting, Jeanette. Oh, Vorovyev, yeah, Sparrow Hill. Yeah, Moscow. Type something in Russian to my wife quickly if she's still watching. Maybe she'll. You can write whatever you like to her. She'll understand, of course, right? If money was not an issue, where would you spend your evening in Moscow? Shows, restaurants, hotels. Now, if, for instance, we get any kind of super chat, super sticker, super whatever they supers are, I promise you that I will go and film a video doing this, whatever it would be. But there is a hotel across the road from the Red Square. Is it the Sheraton? No. Oh my God, I don't even know the name of the hotel now. It's across from the Red Square. Oh, stop it! That I've forgotten the name of it. You can say hello to her. Maybe she'll see the messages. What is the name of that hotel? It's not really my dream to stay there. It's Jen's dream to stay there. Not really my dream. Oh, Four Seasons. It's the Four Seasons. Is the one that's across from the museum, the State Historical Museum, and a Hotny Riyadh, and Red Square, and Kremlin. And apparently it's like crazy expensive, to stay there. And I just want to stay there because it's across from the Kremlin. That's all I want to do because of that. I mean, I'm not probably so bothered about the fact that it is a luxury hotel and it's fancy, fancy, fancy. I want to go to the Bolshoi to see like Swan Lake. I think everybody does. I know you can get cheap tickets there, which wouldn't be a money issue actually. And I probably shouldn't make a big deal of that. I'd really like to just go to one of the circuses in Moscow. Because there's actually a couple of different circuses you can go to. And I've been to football. I've been to the ice hockey. I'd love to go to a football match and go to the VIP seats in the football stadium. They've got like the buffet and the drink service, and that would be kind of cool. There is a couple of restaurants that are in the high-rise buildings in Moscow that are like, Michelin star restaurants. Personally, though, I think, I think I'd be kind of wowed about it all, but it's just not something I'd do twice. And I just don't think I'd enjoy it as much because, it's not the life that I live. You know what I mean? Of going to these kind of places. I guess I could make like 1 hour answer to this question. So, so if you change it to a later time, you might get more people. Gumshrew, yeah, you're right. I think I need to do like 9 or 10 p.m. live stream. Then these lunchtime ones, they do seem to not catch the right time so well. Jen Lauren says hello. We never knew when you'll pop up. Find you by chance. Thank you. Sorry, Rochelle. Yeah, I think I need to do one of those polls to ask is the perfect time to go live. You need to give a time of the day before, like Constantine does. Yeah, inside Russia. I'm just learning the acrylic alphabet, not these yet. Just give wife her dreams. The park was made for Katrina II, if I'm not mistaken. It's beautiful and big, and there are squirrels. Yes, actually, there's squirrels in a lot of parks in Moscow. I've seen squirrels even at Gorky Park. Yeah, quite a lot of parks have squirrels. Sorry, is the Queen in Russia? Thanks for the hotel tip. We'll add it to my bucket list. Bolshoi, I agree. A must if you can get tickets. Yeah, you can get tickets to go to regular shows in the Bolshoi. There is actually some ticket booths, or actually even around Moscow, where you can, even in GUM, that luxury shopping center I went to, there's a ticket booth right there. So it's not really hard to get tickets. It's just how much you're willing to pay for a ticket, or how nice a seat you have in that auditorium, right, in the theater. What's the name of this hotel again? Four Seasons. Yeah, it's like literally across, it's 4.7 stars. So when you put it on Google Maps, so hotel room starting at 87,000 rubles for a hotel room. 87,500. So $1,400 a night is the starting price for a hotel room there at the Four Seasons. Just to give you an idea. So, Ernie Hernandez, how are we going? Good to see you. Good idea. Post a poll for a good time to stream. Yes. Rochelle says, you must give your wife her dreams. Yes. To stay at that Four Seasons. Oh my gosh. And I keep sort of trying to convince her to go to one of these cheaper hotels, like even at Kiev railway station, there's a nice these American brand hotels. There's a couple of very nice ones there. They're like business hotels. They have nice breakfast. You're close to the shopping center, close to the train, but not so. Just rotate times so all countries can join in at least every second live stream. This time's great for Australia, but we can't be greedy. Thanks, Lauren. Yes, that's my problem. I always had that with the cruise live streams, that 90% of the viewers were in the US. So there was no real need to do normal time live streams. So I'd end up doing them at midnight, 1, 2 in the morning to sort of suit US kind of prime time. It seems you have a rather large audience when you stream late in the evening. Just a thought. Yeah, Gumshrew. Yeah, maybe we should do one tonight at 11 or 12 a.m. Yeah, that would probably work out a lot better. It seems you have a large audience when you stream late at night. Yeah, I noticed that from that other live stream where it was like 30 or more people. Heather says, I'd rather fly somewhere with that amount of money. Yeah, $1,400 a night. Yeah, it's just a bit too much. I was kind of thinking that, okay, before the last 6 weeks, like with the massive kind of, with COVID and everything, like there was obviously a big drop in tourism and traveling, and I was thinking they'd put their prices down, but they haven't. So, if anyone wants to book a night in that hotel, just let me know the booking number, and I'll go and certainly go do you a review of that hotel room, or one of the hotel. I'm sure they've got the cheaper hotel room with the window facing like the highway on the other side, right? It's everybody's dream to have the Red Square or the Kremlin view windows. Yeah, $1,500, Heather. We could fly 2 people to Turkey and go to a like all-inclusive resort for 7 or 10 days. Or we could fly to Maldives almost for that price. I've seen YouTube blocked something. I think the Parliament, or maybe Parliament blocked YouTube. Yeah, right. So what's happened is the YouTube has blocked the Parliament's YouTube channel called, basically it's called the State Duma. Actually, where that Four Seasons is directly across from the State Duma as well. That's right there in the same spot. And they had a YouTube channel, and YouTube has blocked that channel only that channel. So whatever information they were putting out, YouTube's deemed it not suitable for the greater audience. So they blocked that channel. I mean, whether or not Russia would retaliate and block, whatever else backwards. So they can block upstream, downstream the other way, not upstream. That makes sense. So yeah, that's definitely happened. It's not all of YouTube. It's just certain. Oh, well, I think it's one certain channel, I believe. Just don't conflict with Constantine. Thanks, Russell. Yeah, I guess we've got to gonna do it before 9 or 10 p.m. That's why I was thinking about 8 p.m. and do maybe 2 hours. Gumshoe, how much is Four Seasons? Now, I don't know if. Let's see. Oh, do you want me to try to bring up that screen? Video capture, window capture. Do you want me to see if we can look up Four Seasons? Look at the French Parliament lady here. She's so happy. Four Seasons Macau. I guess I've spelled Moscow wrong. Four Seasons Moscow. There we go. They've got their own website. So this is the hotel. You can see the picture here. That's the guy coming out to open the car. That's the State Historical Museum. And that's the, if you can see my mouse moving around, I hope you can. I think you can. Yeah. President's Suite, Royal Suite, Deluxe Room. I think we can afford only the Deluxe Room, I think. Deluxe Suite, Presidential Suite. I guess we won't be greedy. Let's go for the Deluxe Room. Oh, Janet says it's 127,000 rubles, one night, view over the Kremlin. We're not being greedy here. We're just going to look up the normal room. So what are we on? We're on the 11th. So let's look up the 14th to the 15th. Oh, what happened there? We just want one night, 14th to the 15th, yeah? That's all we want to book. One night, 2 adults, find rooms, best rate guaranteed. What are we at? This will give us an idea how many super chats we need. Oh, I'm being very bad. Oh, this isn't... Okay, so 65,000... Deluxe room, I think we want breakfast, don't we? Premier room. Okay, we're just going to split screen. Can we split screen for you guys? Yes, we can. Let's pull up a currency converter so we can get an idea. So we want US dollars, USD, for the exchange rate. So 65,000. I'm pretty sure that's not including breakfast. I'm pretty sure. So it's $793 is the deluxe room. And that's the 14th. So that's on Thursday night coming up. Kremlin Grand Premier room is 84,500. 84,200. That's 1,027 for a night. Ambassador Suite, Premier room. My Jesus God, sorry. Ambassador Suite is 260,800 for a night. 3,100 for a night. We want to see a photo of that, I think, don't we? What happened to the photo? Oh, you get the Matryoshka doll on the table. You can see that that's the church that we've been talking about. Church of the one in the back of that window there. It's a bit hard to see. 4th floor, marble bathroom, plus guest powder room. Well, it fits 4 adults. Oh, so it's a big room, that one. down pillows, thick terry robes, professional hairdryer, twice daily, complimentary newspaper with breakfast. Wow, clock radio, in-room safe, expansive walk-in closet, refrigerated private bar, multi-line telephone with voicemail. What was that one? You said Premier, Kremlin Grand Premier Room. Yeah, 84,200. Select room. Well, we want the champagne though, don't we? What's included? Sweet treats and sparkling wine, breakfast and a late checkout. From 98,000. Late checkout till 4 p.m. Overnight parking. You can park your car there. Photo shoot in the hotel lobby with your photographer. Of course, I'm bringing my photographer for a photo shoot. 98,200. Where's my calculator gone? What happened? So that premier room with the champagne in the room, 98,200. So it's 1,198 US dollars. That would be 1,600 Aussie dollars. Janet, I need to. Well, okay. I'm going to go back to me now, and less of you, and less of this. Where's me? Oh, why is that on top now? I kind of wanted me in the corner and not that in the corner, but it's okay. Oh, what did I miss out on here? So yeah, Gumshoe, yeah, it's not a cheap. It's probably the most. I guess it probably isn't the most luxurious hotel in Moscow, but it's one of maybe the top 3 or 4, top 3 in Moscow in terms of the best hotels, in terms of location, view, service. Lone Wolf wants to know what brought me to Russia. My Russian wife, essentially. That's what brought me to Russia. Not that hotel. Yeah, I met her in Thailand. I came over about 6 months, a year later, first time, and then we haven't been apart since. On and off. I've gone back to work and flew back to America, back to Russia, back and forward. I'm now in the last steps of getting my Russian residency to live here full time, I guess. Are vaccine passports required to enter Russia? Also, are they required for bars and restaurants? We want to visit there within the year or after Ukraine. Yeah, they're not required anymore in Moscow. They basically took away all of the mandates. Sorry. In St. Petersburg, they are still doing some of the rules. Moscow seems to have its own rule different from St. Petersburg. That was prior to the 15th of March. Pretty much the only place you need to show the vaccine was, when it was applicable, was in concerts, stadiums, museums. That's about it. Galleries. And nowhere else. Yeah, so essentially all of this has now all gone away. I don't believe you need one to enter to Russia now, the PCR test. I'm not sure. I've not really checked on that recently if they've changed that or not. So I have my vaccination. Jen's vaccinated. We both got certificates if we need to use them or show them or have them. Hey, everybody here. Sorry, haven't enough time. Busy on new job. Oh, Dimmer. Yes. Here is Dimmer, everybody. Dimmy, you're going to come on a live stream and we're going to do a live stream together and we're going to do a nice split screen of each other. We're going to have to figure it out. You don't have to trouble yourself on my account. I was just curious the price. Sorry, Gumshoe, I thought I'd show it. Normally on my cruise channel when I do live streams, I have a split screen window set up and we like to look at the where the ships are in the world, the webcams of them sailing in and out of ports, And it's a pretty normal thing I do on the cruise live streams when I do them. So, thank you, Dimmer. On special occasion, especially on a special anniversary, maybe you need to treat Zhenya for a night in there. Yeah, I don't know about that $1,000 a night thing. I mean, let's say if the YouTube channel has quite a lot more subscribers and this super chats and super stickers is more than I would ever imagine, then my gosh, absolutely. But are you planning to learn Russian? I'm learning a tiny bit, not enough to be having a conversation, but a few words here and there. Rohit wants to know, what am I doing in Russia? I'm here supporting my wife. She had a operation. She had some medical issues that she's working through. She had to come back to Russia to have an operation, which she's done now. It's quite a few months ago. She's still having treatment for it and medication, and she's still going back for checkups with a couple of different doctors. She's going through some dentist work as well, that she's dealing with, which is ongoing as well. So that's why I'm here. I'm kind of past the coming here on a holiday stage. We're kind of living now in our apartment here. This is where I always say from my kitchen. We've got the nice view of town. It's actually doesn't look like it's raining now. It just looks like it's just a dreary kind of 3 Celsius degree day here. So I would rather the holiday in Turkey, Heather says. Yes. I think value for money. Going to some sunshine, all-inclusive resort. I think rather than one night in Moscow in a luxury hotel. I think if someone gave us the one night, or, the hotel gave us a night where they didn't have to pay, I would take it and accept it and go. But I can't bring myself to spend that kind of money. I mean, between my wife and I, we don't earn that kind of money. So it's it'll be forever a luxury, I guess. Where are you from? Rohit says, where are you from? I'm from Perth, Australia. We were living in Australia prior to 7 months ago in Rockingham. Someone actually mentioned Rockingham at the very beginning of the show. And we're now here in Moscow. So, yeah, it's actually my wife's been to Dubai a couple of times. She has a friend who lives there and works there. And that would be a fairly easy trip for us to do from here to fly to Dubai. I don't think I want to go stay in the middle of the desert though, but to go stay at a hotel with a pool and relax, I could do that very easily. Then I could go to Burj Khalifa and yeah. Are there any Easter celebrations in Russia? There are. Actually, in the supermarkets, you can buy all of the egg decorating things. My wife got some already. I'm pretty sure, though, we haven't really talked about it. We're pretty sure we'll end up round at our friend's house here in Aprilivka. She tends to put on like a nice kind of like barbecue meal, like a sit-down meal for everybody. Not barbecue. You end up barbecuing something. So I imagine we'll end up there, I think. I'm not 100% sure yet. But that's our kind of normal go-to thing. Everyone gets invited to Tanya's house, and we all bring some food and some drinks, and everybody just has a nice time. So yeah. Huge thank you, everybody, for being here for the live stream. I know it does conflict with a lot of people's timings, where they are, where they live, what they're doing. You might convince Four Seasons to allow you one night stay to film their hotel on your channel. There are many YouTubers doing this at the casino hotels in Las Vegas. Yeah, I see that a lot for people in Bali too, and Thailand and places like that. Yeah, there's a lot of influencers, they called influencers, who are looking to do that very, very commonly. In Bali, there's too many of them. These, what are they called? Digital nomads. They kind of want to live and work off social media and then want to take advantage of that situation, if you want to call it taking advantage of it. Yeah, I guess I could. Probably there's no harm in me sending an email to ask. Really. That would be probably something I should probably do. Honestly, I keep thinking about doing it, but then I just don't. I guess I just need to go Google them and send them a Twitter message or something. Rohit said, I'd like to visit Moscow. I planned it in winter. Yeah, coming here at Christmas time and all the snow and the white, and it's very beautiful. I mean, it really is. Yeah, Heather's going to be off, I think. Yeah, but all plans are crashed. Yes, Rohit, it's all gone a little bit belly up here. Yeah, digital nomads. Yeah, I'm not really anywhere at that point. I think I should sort of pretend I am, you know what I mean? Do something, typing away somewhere in a coffee shop. Yeah, I might have to call it. No worries, Heather. Good to see you in the live stream. Thanks for being a moderator. Of course, we have very nice, friendly chat here. Nothing crazy going on. So, yeah, cost of flights has gone up really because there's less flights. It's not, for whatever's going on, I guess you could say that, but there's less international flights arriving and departing Russia. So that prices have gone up because there's just limited availability. Qatar Airways is still coming here. Emirates is still coming here. Turkish Airlines, they're the three that are 100% flying here daily in and out of Russia. Russia still has a lot of other allies, I guess you could say, versus the word opposition, I guess, is probably the friendly thing to say. Not sure if Russia will be a tourist destination at the moment. It'd be great to come while it's quiet. You'd be the only one in Red Square. You're the only one in Nikolskaya Street. The only one on Tverskaya Street. You're the only one standing in front of monuments and statues. In Gorky Park, you'd be the only one walking around. I guess it does have kind of its advantages, if you call it that. So, yeah, I think I might head off. I hope you guys are okay with that as well. I think we're definitely going to have to try to do a late night live stream to see if we can get the numbers up a little. Well, let's see how many subscribers we have. How many subscribers are we sitting on? If everybody's subscribed, I imagine if you're watching the live stream, you're already subscribed. And I'm preaching to the choir here, by asking you to subscribe. 2,089 subscribers we're on. It's always 2 days delayed on the graphs. So it's 2089. So if anyone isn't subscribed, you still have a chance. Or if you want to watch another video again, that would be also nice for the algorithm of YouTube, or posting a thumbs up or a comment. Even after this live stream has ended. Both. Oh, thank you, Jeanette. Yeah, my wife's gone down to work now, so she was kind of here. I guess we're going to have to sit down together and do it where we sit side by side like we did before when it all went crazy. Now I'm using this other app, or this OBS. It's much more stable for the live streams. Toughen up and take us to a gallery, Lauren. Thanks. You're the one that's mentioning it, and I read it in the comments as well. And I'm not very artistic with my filming and, background music and, showing like the roof of the building versus what's practically inside. So yeah, thanks everybody. 2089. That's a lot of subscribers. Thank you everybody. I can't say enough. Thank you. Thank you to anybody that's put what do you call this? Super chats, super stickers. Maybe that'll have to be the goal for this month, is to go to the nice hotel in Moscow with Jen. Somehow we'll have to make that a goal. I like how I got like a heart, a smiley face after different comments. Janet, Lauren, Gunshrew, Blogging Trucker, Rohit, Ernie. I'm not sure who else is still here. There's probably a few that are not typing away. Gary was here. Dima, Ray, Lone Wolf, Rochelle. I'm repeating. Janice, repeating any names here? I think the pop out is never up to date, is it, on this one? I think it's never up to date because the participants is always... Oh, the participants is based on people typing. So 1, 2, 3. There's 7 people typing comments. 2089 is a toaster or a microwave at least. It's not quite. Honestly, Rochelle, between what I earn from YouTube and what Jen earns from her salon, it's not lots. And there is Gary sending €5. Hype. Can I do this? Oh, where's my camera? Is that a hippopotamus? I wonder if it's a hippopotamus. Thank you, Gary. Honestly, thank you. Yeah, I guess maybe the microwave, a toaster. Jen wants a toaster. We had a toaster in Australia. We didn't have one previously in Moscow before we came to Australia. And then my mum brought quite a few things round to the apartment that I rented because I didn't have anything. Literally, I moved in with my luggage from the airport, from the cruise ships. And I went to IKEA, bought bed, desk, TV cabinet, some cabinets, all sorts of stuff. My sister's son, we went up there. I already knew what to buy. We went up there literally. He went in his ute and trailer and we ran around like headless chickens in IKEA buying everything, brought it all home, and then I put it all together. And then the exact bed we'd had before in Moscow is the exact bed we had in Australia. So I wanted Jen to have the same bed and mattress and everything. So, yeah, this toaster, I guess it's baby steps. Bye, Ernie. You're off to work. I'm still off. What are we on? 23. We're going to go for 6 minutes and 30 seconds more, and it'll be an even rounded number. So, and then everybody left already, no? Did someone leave? No. That's interesting about the participant. There's a thing that says pop out participants, and it's just people that are typing. So where people do like trivias or quizzes, and you can pull up the list of people that are in the live stream. So you've got concurrent viewers, one list, and then how many people are typing comments in another list. So you can just take people's names who have typed a comment into where you might put it into like a wheel draw, a prize draw. So I did have this idea of sending people postcards, but now this postal service has gone a bit crazy. Would anybody like me to figure out sending a postcard to them? I wonder. Everyone's gone quiet now. And now I'm going quiet, and I'm trying to. I don't think I'll get to another 6 minutes, 5 minutes. For beginners, for toaster. Honestly, the €5, Gary might even buy like the cheap toaster in the cheap shop here. I think. Actually, let's have a look, shall we? I'm going to pull you to the side there. Windows capture. Here it is. Now, can I get me on top of that one? No, why not? You guys, I'm going to see how much is the toasters. Watch it not do translation for me now, as usual. I can get it to translate always when I'm here. Oh, there it is. It's in English. All promotions, washing machines. I think we need electrical. Do we? No, we don't need a scooter. You guys think I should get a scooter instead? Kitchen appliances. There we go. Bread machines, mini ovens, kitchen machines and combines. They do make a bit of a... Oh, toasters and roasters. Oh, Gary, I think we're... Wow. There we go. Oh, I think we might be covered now. Maybe. Toaster and roaster. Thank you, Gary. There we go. There's the toasters for us. So 3,500. Let's go to this one. So we can see. I think we're taking a bit of a gamble on the brand. I don't know what brands toasters are. You guys, what brand is, should I click here? Bork, Bowman, Bosch, Braun, Breyer, Delta First, Galaxy, Garland, Good Help. Oh my God. Hyundai. I didn't even know Hyundai made them. KitchenAid. Oh my God. How many brands of toasters are there? Holy smoke. If you could keep us posted on how the selection and prices in supermarkets change over time, that would be really interesting, for me at least. Yeah, I think they do get a lot of views, those videos. If I compare, based on having 2,000 subscribers, Janet, I mean, my goal is always only ever to get more views than the number of subscribers. That's my goal. So if I can get 2,000 views for a video from 2,000 subscribers, actually, in reality, you're probably going to get about 50% views from your subscribers, if you're lucky, maybe even less than that. So a lot of it is basically from the virality of the video. This is an M video, which is, it's not in a prelivka, but it's thinks I am. What's the most expensive toaster? I'm very curious. 40,000 rubles for a toaster. Stop it. What does a 40,000 ruble toaster do? You'd want it to toast the bread for you, wouldn't you? Have a look at these things. 40,000 rubles for a toaster. Let's work it out. What have we got there? 36.55. Lauren, you didn't have to do that. Send money through PayPal. That'll go to my Australian bank eventually, or somehow. All right, so let's just switch that around. 36, because it's in euros from your money, Gary. Well, let's add this together then, shall we? Let's be nice about this. Rochelle says we need expensive bread for the toaster. For the 40,000 ruble one, yes. Oh my God. Yeah, no 50 ruble bread for us. 36.55. So it's 2,228. So if Lauren sent $10, so that's 46.55. So 2,800 rubles. I think, where are we here? I'm trying to do two things at once. Take a Russian brand, Ro, it says. Yes. You don't want me to get a Hyundai one? What did it say that amount was? 28.38. So let's go back here. Let's make 4,000 rubles. I think we're going to catch somebody else with to make up the money here. Oh, look at all these ones. I don't know, the translation isn't, it translates some things, but not everything. So I think we're good for 4,000 rubles. Oh, you're seeing M video in mirror. Can you turn the screen to the other side? It looks like you're seeing it in mirror. Oh, you're seeing everything backwards. Oh, I'm sorry. You should have said, everybody. Couldn't get Super Chat to work. That's strange. Maybe it's your Google account or something, Lauren. I'm not sure. Or your Google whatever linked with YouTube, whatever linked. I'm not sure. I don't know how that's full screen projector, scale filtering, screenshot, filters, properties, screenshot preview. I'm not sure how it's the wrong way around because I can't see it. Oh, it is backwards. How's that happened? I don't know how to switch that around the other way around, but we can. I guess we can see it backwards, right? We're seeing it backwards. Can't get. Okay. Thanks, European No Hide. This is my lack of knowledge of this program. That's why I want to use StreamYard next time we do the live stream. And I can bring this up, no worries. Enable preview, lock preview, preview scaling, screenshot preview, add. Well, that's weird. Totally weird. All right, let's bring me back up. Let's bring that back down. And let's bring that over there. Yeah, you need expensive. Yeah, take Russian. You can turn the screen. Okay, yeah. What website are you looking on? Don't you have AliExpress? Yeah, I'm looking on a site called MVideo, which is the local shop where you go and buy kitchen things, kitchen appliances, fridges, phones, computers, cameras, hair dryers, anything possibly is in that one store. Kind of from Australian point of view, it would be more like JB Hi-Fi. For America, it's more like Best Buy. It used to be Circuit City. So it used to be kind of like that, if that makes sense. Yeah, so AliExpress we have in Russia, but it takes a long time to get things sent to us. So AliExpress is just not practical. It is not practical at all. doing the normal wild berries, which is kind of like Amazon in Russia. Wild berries or ozon, O-Z-O-N. They're perfectly fine for us, and we can do pickup where we live. I like MVideo because I can go in the store. I can see like a whole row of toasters. My wife bought a coffee machine from there as well for her salon. She has a coffee machine in the salon. You know, the pods, coffee pods. So, Gary, you sent another 20 euros. What's going on? Yes, but no comment for the toaster. Okay, we're going to get fancy toaster now. Wow. Now I'm really shocked. Thank you, Gary. Really, truly. I know we've chatted off screen before. We've done calls and video calls, so thank you very much. I can't open PayPal because it's with a VPN, because PayPal won't open in Russia. So I need to use another program. And then, Lauren, I'm pretty sure if it's there, it's there. Log in. This is. Oh, from Lauren is radical. Oh, Narelle Liane Probert. Oh, I see. Thank you. Wow. I can see this $10. So let me put this on the screen here. My poor effort at putting things on screens. Oh, I can't because I can't screen share that screen. Yeah, I can't bring. Is it doing that or not? Yeah, sorry. I can't bring it on screen, Lauren, but it's the $10 is there. I very, very appreciate. So, but I don't know if you guys will want me to make like vlog to buy a toaster. Maybe that'll make. Now you can get a microwave. Yeah, very close to getting a microwave. Yeah, I think. What was the cheapest microwave we looked at before? So 75. Toast with Vegemite. Wow, my screen is really jumping around. I'm sorry. I'm making people dizzy. I think. What are we at? So let's just check this for anybody that's 75.79. So if I combine super chats with Lauren's PayPal, 46.21. We're on. I feel like it's like telethon, and I shouldn't make it out like that. It's not how I want to be with that. What am I trying to do? Bring that away. Yeah, I think 46.21. Oh no. Stop going in circles. Please be in English. No, it won't translate. There it will. Appliances, kitchen appliances, microwaves. Oh, we're just there, I think. What's the least one? Oh, 5,000. Yeah, look at that. We can get a microwave. Moscow. Why is it not choosing where I live for this store? There we go. So we've got the choice now, either microwave or toaster. Toast with Vegemite. Yeah, I don't know if Gary likes any of these. Maybe he knows Marmite. I'm sure he knows what Vegemite is. Gary, I'll call you for sure after this. No worries. I'll just need to take a bit of a drink and decompress for a second before I call. Because my jaw's hurting. Let's get this camera off. OBS is meant to be amazing, by the way, if you know how to use it better than I do. Considering I sit in front of 3 screens, I should be amazing how to use these things, shouldn't I? Yeah, Lauren, yes. I can't pull up the other screen, the screen capture, because it won't let me do that because I'm using like one is Chrome and one is what's the other one? Chrome, and what's the other one? Is Edge. From Lauren is Radical. Narelle Diane. Maybe I shouldn't tell you your whole name. I'm sorry, Narelle. Maybe you have like 4 names. Yeah, actually, also, yeah, so, wow. All right, now I'm really, wow. So, wow, okay. All right, now yes. Thank you. Yeah, where are we? Oh, we have 14 people here still, and I did say I was kind of leaving. This thing, because my wife's not here now, the apartment's empty, the door's open in the hallway, and I'm not leaving anywhere, so... Gary, thank you again for the microwave. Yes. Maybe I could do like I bought a microwave in Russia video. What do you think? Going to buy a microwave in Russia in video. Do you think it'll get some views? I'm pretty sure you guys would watch it, all the subscribers, I think. If I did a video about it, especially for Gary. Thank you, Oman. I don't know what to say now. Now there's not enough chat in the chat. Chat in the chat. It's very nice. Wow. Okay. Show us a quick view of your nearest window if you can. I can try, and hopefully, hopefully it's not too blown out, the view. Let me just, because I don't have the camera set up properly here. I'm just going to spin that around so I can see it. I really wish that would go away, whatever that is. Oh, there we go. It's not the greatest view out the window. I think it's not gonna change the... Oh, there we go. It's kind of changing the screen brightness. I think it's... Oh, that's really awkward, holding it like that. We have floor-to-ceiling windows right here. There's my Coca-Cola in the window. And my wife has incense that she burns sometimes. So you can see a couple of cars going by. Oops, like that. Oh, that's really weird. There's a parking lot sort of down across, and then the rest of the town is sort of off in the distance. Oh, I'm nowhere near the microphone. Sorry, you probably can't hear me. I've just forgot that. Oh, sorry about that. I've just realized that I was nowhere near the microphone. So, I'm trying to chat. Oh, now I'm watching the delay of it on here. It's getting me a bit dizzy. Oh, that's better. Now I've done it bigger. Well, that's silly. I should have done that before, shouldn't I? Studio mode. Oh my gosh. What? Preview program. Is that the program? Oh, well, it's kind of better organized. Now I can't see where I'm looking now because I've got the screen on either side of the middle. That's a bit silly, isn't it? That's very silly. Now I can't see. I have to look over there now to see the chat. But it's a nice view on a clear day, yes. Thank you, Lauren, for Vegemite in PayPal. Thank you. You can't get Vegemite in Russia. And then if you watch the video when I went to the one with Jen in it, the video where she's on the thumbnail, I spotted the Master Foods teriyaki, and apparently it's out of date. And I've looked again when I went a few days ago, and I still don't know if it's out of date, or if that's the production date, not the best before date. But either way, I'm going to take a photo of it next time and send it to this master food company if they may possibly reply to me. Yeah. Thank you, Lauren. Lauren, I can send that money out of my PayPal account very easily, so that's very nice of you to send money to this PayPal. So now I really have to make a video with showing the items and prove that I'm not being so, I don't know, it's like money for not money, if that makes sense. I'm just confused with words now. Okay, I think we're off now. Thank you. Lauren's going, but it's nice view on it. Yeah, Jenna is a beautiful view. I can look out this window morning, noon, and night. And I feel like I'm like watching over the town. It's very misty in the distance now. You can't see the further suburbs. I call it suburbs. And somebody mentioned in the comments, it's not the suburbs. You're still in Moscow. But we have a church just literally across the way. And then if I look off in the distance further down, I can see the new part of the shopping center that they built there. So when I do the apartment tour, you're going to get a nice, better idea of that, by the way. So when wife come home from work, I'll confirm 100% what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. So, okay, everybody, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you for super chats. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Lauren. And yeah. And yeah, thank you, Gary. Thank you, Lauren. It's there's a few. Would definitely be interested in seeing your video buying a microwave or toaster. Thanks, Dr. Gary and Lauren as well. Yeah, I need to see if I can send Marmite to Russell. He would do a taste comparison between Vegemite and Marmite. Yeah, it's. I don't know about posting things to Russia. Honestly, I don't know what the time frame and timeline is for that kind of thing. Yeah. Yep. All right. I'm going to somehow stop streaming. And thank you to everybody who's been in the chat with me today. We will do a later time. I'm sorry if it interrupts anybody around the world. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching the replay if you're not here live. Thanks for the thumbs up. Again, remember, if you can, maybe post a comment in the bottom of the video once it's on the channel. You can look for it somehow on the channel page and just write some sort of comment there. Pretty much the chat commentary doesn't as such count towards the algorithm of YouTube. So, yeah. All right. Ending stream. Take care, everyone. Bye, 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 bye. Got lots of byes, and hopefully this stop streaming will say goodbye.